Okay, ang ganda ni Doc sa live. Okay, wait lang po. I-play lang po natin yung video. Got it. Share the screen.
Hello, it's me, Dr. Hazel Calawod, and welcome again to Vita Health Talk. Today, we shall talk about benefits of probiotics and why kailangan natin ito inumin araw-araw para mapalakas ang ating immunity. The gastrointestinal tract is one of the most microbiologically active ecosystems of our body. It contains a mass of bacteria crucial for the maturation of immune cells. 70% ng ating immune cells ay nasa ating tiyan. Probiotics are made of good live bacteria and or yeasts that naturally live in your body, especially in your gastrointestinal tract. One sachet a day is all you need for overall protection. Perfect immune booster for ages 5 and up. Convenient, effective, and FDA approved. I highly recommend S77 probiotics for the health security of the whole family.
Hi! Naranasan mo na ba yung constipation at saka yung poor bowel movement? Ako rin naranasan ko na yan. Hirap, di ba? Pero nung nag-take ako ng Dr. Vita S77 Probiotic with B vitamins, nag-improve ang digestion ko, na-prevent na rin ang constipation. At di lang yan, nag-improve din ang immune system ko. Kaya mas relax at mas maayos na ang tulog ko. Ang Dr. Vita S77 Probiotic ay may 30 sachets. Kaya say goodbye to constipation and poor bowel movement. And let good bacteria take care of your body.
Hello, Dr. Hazel Calawod here, and today I would like to talk to you about sustainable weight loss. Welcome to Vita Health Talk. Madaling magpapayat. Ang problema, na-maintain mo ba to? O parang yo-yo ang timbang mo, aakyat, bababa. Napapagod ka na ba maghanap ng mabisang pampapayat? Would you rather that making weight loss a lifestyle than just a season in your life? Being overweight can lead to many health problems like high blood pressure or hypertension, high LDL cholesterol, low HDL cholesterol, or high levels of triglycerides or what we call dyslipidemia, type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease, stroke, gallbladder disease, and as a matter of fact, all causes of death. Dr. Vita Garcinia Cambodia is a safe and effective way to lose weight. And mas effective ito with proper diet and of course, exercise. Garcinia suppresses hunger, kaya ang feeling mo, mas matagal kang busog at hindi ka nagugutom. It is a weight loss helper in a capsule. Of course, dahil tatak Dr. Vita, our Garcinia Cambodia is FDA approved, safe, effective, kaya highly recommended. Get Dr. Vita Garcinia Cambodia dahil iba ang alagang Dr. Vita.
Bago na naman ang panahon, Puso na naman ang sakit. Ubo, sipon, lagnat. Tapos may pandemya pa. Pero huwag kang mag-alala dahil may Dr. Vita Sanosi, sodium ascorbate with acerola and probiotics. Nakakapag-boost ito ng immune system para iwas sakit. At nakakatulong pa para mabawasan ang cholesterol natin sa katawan. Iwas constipation pa. Daming benefits, di ba? Tapos 100 capsules pa ang laman ng isang bottle. Kaya sulit ang protection mo. Tinetake ko to every morning at saka bago matulog. Kakibat at protection mo laban sa sakit ngayong panahon ng pandemya. Sa panahon ngayon, iba na ang protektado. Affordable, super effective, FDA approved at halal certified. Dr. Vita Sanosi na.
Hi, Doc Hazel Calawod here and welcome to Vita Health Talk. Halika at pag-usapan natin ang health benefits ng DHA sa ating katawan, lalo na sa mga panahong ito. Did you know that DHA is an omega fatty acid na napakabuti sa ating katawan? And here are the top 5 reasons why you should take DHA daily. The most important reason why you should take DHA daily is for mental health. because it can fight depression and anxiety. It can improve eye health. DHA effectively reduces inflammation, consequently preventing cancer. DHA can also improve bone health, alleviate menstrual pain, and lahat ng marami sa atin nangangailangan, improve sleep. Sobrang daming benefits, di ba? DHA is actually naturally produced by our body. Pero for maximum benefit, it has to be taken from our diet, kagaya ng fish and some dairy products. Pero in life of fast food, parang mahirap nang makuha ang adequate amounts ng DHA para makuha mo ang maximum benefits nito sa ating katawan. Buti na lang may Dr. Vita DHA capsule. Isang capsule lang, kuha mo na lahat ng benefits ng DHA sa ating katawan. FDA approved at of course, doctor recommended ang Dr. Vita DHA capsules. Contact us to know more about the benefits of Dr. Vita DHA capsules.
Kamusta kayo at ang kalusugan nyo? Tulad ba kita dati? Kaya lagi stress, pagod, puyat, at feeling ang bilis ng pagtanda. At ang dami pang naramdaman na masakit sa katawan. Dami kasing free radicals na posibleng maging cause pa ng chronic diseases tulad ng cancer, heart disease, diabetes, high blood, at marami pang iba. Katakot yun, di ba? Pero nawala aking pag-alala at naging mas relax na ako simula nung uminom ako ng Dr. Vita Mangosteen with purple corn and probiotics. Kasi meron itong antioxidant na nakakatulong sa pag-improve ng metabolism, probiotics para sa digestion, at purple corn extract para ma-eliminate ang free radicals. Kaya kayo, take na rin ng Dr. Vita Mangosteen with purple corn and probiotics para healthy na, feeling young pa. 30 capsules ang laman ng isang box, kaya sulit. Dr. Vita Mangosteen. Experience the best of 25 years old, no matter what age.
Coming of age. They said I can do anything. Pero kaya ko nga bang mag-isa? Can I face the world as an independent woman? Or hanggang dito na lang? Still, my insecurities of imperfections hold me back. But I just gotta face them. You are enough. You are beautiful. And with the right partner, kayang-kaya ko to. So that every time I face a challenge, I glow even brighter and shine like never before. I am limitless. I am beauty. And I am me. Chantal.
So ito na nga ang new Dr. Vita Collagen and we will try it. So with my old collagen, sobrang hassle kasi kailangan ko pa itimpla. Namumuo at ang hirap inumin, ang pangit pa ng lasa. Kaya, lagi ko nakakalimutan itik. So I saw this product online and I was so happy kasi ang daming magagandang reviews. And ang dami ko na palang friends na gumagamit ito. So I purchased and I tried it. And na-amaze ako sa bilis ng delivery. So ito na ang product, one small tablet packed with collagen and hyaluronic acid. See? It's super easy to take and seal and hindi mo na kailangan magtimpla. And dahil super convenient niya i-take, hindi ko siya nakakalimutan or nakakatamaran mag-take daily. After a few weeks ng pag-take ko, na-notice ko na ang nails ko mas mabilis sumaba at mas naging matibay. And ang skin ko, toned and glow na talaga kahit walang makeup. And so, after 30 days of taking Dr. Vita Collagen tablets, ito na nga siya. Super soft, toned, and super young skin. Wow! Ito na ang daily ko na gagamitin as my total everyday skincare routine.
Okay. Once again, it's Thursday. Same time, same channel, together with our company doctor, Doc Cecil Katapang. And of course, in behalf of our beloved Chairman Lowell Magdadaro, I think manonood po sila ngayon kasi very special po ang ating talakayan this afternoon. Welcome po once again sa Chantal Direct Sales Intensive Product Training with our company Dr. Doc Cecil Katapang. Kamusta po kayo lahat dyan? Sa mga hindi pa po nakakilala sa akin, my name is Engineer Troy Alan Cruz Magpantay. At your service, hindi ko pa pala napapalitan ang pangalan, naka-Chantal Direct Sales. Anyway, bati-bati muna po tayo. We have 13K participants right now dito sa Zoom.
19K naman, Sir Troy.
Yes, 19K. 19 katao. Ayan, okay. So sa pangunguna kanina ni Ma'am Che Kuwasay, ang ating early bird. Lagi yan, top 1 yan. And then of course, ang ating 396866. Sino to? And si Ma'am Annalisa Galpa, si Ma'am Jennifer De Lima. Ayan, ang kasunod ng De Lima ay De Anim. si Ma'am o Sir Bay Solayman Uto. Ayan.
Sir, ano pagkatapos ng De Lima, De Anim?
Oh.
Tapos?
Dipito.
Dipito.
Oy, mabait yan si Ma'am De Lima. Mabait po siya. And then si Ma'am Claire Lanuzon nandito rin. Si Coach RCJ. Ayan, tumawa si Ma'am De Lima. Oh, he daw. And then si Coach RCJ nandito. Hello, Coach. Canva King. Ayan, ang ating Coach Canva King nandito rin. Si Dionisio Alpero. Ayan, nandito rin. Ay, of course, no, hindi pa uli. Mamaya na natin i-intro yung ating speaker. Nabasa ko na yung kanyang pangalan. Nandito si Jacqueline Ombak. Ayan. Oh, nandito si JBSJ. Kung sino man siya, JBSJ. Josephine Obico. Hello, Ma'am Josephine Obico. Auto-likers ko to, si Ma'am Josephine. Hello. Cam Cabarles. Nandito din si Cam. Lian K. Baez. Ayan, kanina, ang ganda ng kanyang salame at merong brace ang ngipin. Lian. Lelen Bulalakaw. Ayan, may mga bago po tayong nakikitang pangalan dito, Doc, ha? And of course, si Ma'am Rose na nasa kanyang trabaho at this moment. And of course, si Che Kuwasay, nabanggit na natin. Uy, Ma'am Sheila Aguares, nandito rin sa Zoom. Sana nandyan ako sa Quezon Avenue branch natin. Oo, kaya lang basta alam mo na 'yon. Bibo B22126. Ayan. And of course, silipin muna natin, Doc, yung ating mga nasa Facebook Live. Hello po. Uy, sa pangunguna ni Ma'am Joy Colette. Jocelyn Franco. Hello. Good afternoon po sa lahat, sabi niya. And of course, si Ma'am Christy Absalon Pesigan. Good afternoon po, ang sabi niya. And si Ma'am Vicky De Pedro, parang wala sa Zoom, ha? Nasa FB Live natin, si Ma'am Vicky De Pedro. Hello, good afternoon everyone. Ayan.
Galing-galing ni Ma'am Vicky, grabe.
Oo, at may testimony yan sa Barley, ha? Abangan po natin. And then si Sherwin. Sir Sherwin Sumaya. Yan, laging masaya kasi sumaya. Sabi niya, good afternoon. And of course, si Ma'am Amor. Ayan, nagtag na si Ma'am Amor. Tama po yan, Ma'am Amor. Pakitag na po yung ating mga case system. Oo, hindi lang po porket Chantal members, pwede lang po ito sa Chantal members. Guys, pwede po ito sa lahat. Open to all. Ang ganda po ng topic po natin for this moment. This afternoon, Thursday, 3 p.m. Ayan, kape po tayo ng Chantal NutriFit 360, sabi ni Sherwin Sumaya. Uy, si Ma'am Dolet. Ayan, good afternoon po daw. Si Ma'am Erica Mercado, good afternoon daw. Ay, ang dami na. And then si Ma'am Frida Zeno o Muñez. Ayan, good afternoon po sa lahat. Tag your friends na po yung mga nandiyan sa FB. Okay, Doc, at Siyempre, no, i-welcome na po natin si Doc Cecil. Siyempre, kilala na po natin, no? Hindi na po natin kailangang i-intro. Pero bago natin pasalitain si Doc Cecil, no, kailangan lang po namin malaman, no? Please type 1 nga kayo ay excited na sa ating talakayan this afternoon. Type 1 nga po para at least alam namin ni Doc kung may mga kausap pa kami sa Zoom. Ayan. Type 1 po. Type 1 if excited na. Ayan, Doc Cecil, ang dami na po nag-type 1. Doc, kamusta ka na po? Kanina nag-usap na tayo, ha? Salamat sa ano? Salamat sa reseta.
Oo, mahabang ano pa yan, gamutan.
Mahabang gamutan to. Ayun.
Oo. Bali, Sir Troy, actually, merong nag-message sa akin. Kasi,
Yes.
di ba, syempre yung central nasa Facebook naman yan, so public yan.
Mhm.
Eh, yung aking is also public, di ba? Yung aking Facebook. So, may nag-message sa akin, si Ma'am Ivy. Actually, kaya ako busy ngayon, hinahanap ko siya, nakalimutan ko siyang imbitahan. So, message siya sa akin. Para sigurado ako sa sinasabi ko. So, sabi niya, Dok, okay ba to? So sabi ko, okay yung pinagsasabi niya. Diba? Nakita ko, ang pinessage niya sa akin ay, ayan o. Ayan o, ang tanong niya. O. Ayan. Doc, saan po ba pwede mag-message? Ay, saan po ba pwede mag-message? Good afternoon po, Doc. Saan po kaya pwede mag-order ng Zentab? Yung legit distributor po nito, ayan o, ayan, di ba? Yan ang kanyang message sa akin. Sabi ko, na-diagnose daw siya ng ano. Sabi ko ba, kahit sino na lang na may message ako. Anyway, so ibig sabihin din, konti na lang, kailangan lang nating i-push at ipaalam ang paintindi sa ating mga members ang ano ang anxiety, ano ang depression, para ma-explain nila. Kasi yun din ang tanong niya sa akin. Ano ba yung ganito, ganyan. Namin tinatanong tungkol sa depression tsaka sa anxiety. Sabi ko, naisip ko, na maganda siguro ma-explain natin sa ating members ano yung anxiety and depression in depth or mas maipaliwanag para mas mai-recommenda. Di ba, no, sir?
Yes,
Yun. So, kaya naisip ko imbitahan si Miss Calawod, Hazel Calawod ngayong hapon, para, di ba after naman ito, sir, share pa yan, di ba, yung video na yan. Na expert sa mental health, para mas mapaliwanagan at mapaintindi ang anxiety and depression and how Zentab can help us. Yun. So, yun. So, wala. Oo.
Okay, Doc. Pwede na natin i-intro kasi nasa acting yung banner na ginawa ko for...
Nasa ano na ba si Ma'am Lynn, si Miss
Yes,
Lynn?
nandito na.
Okay. Hi, Lynn. Okay, sige. Okay, sir.
Mag-share lang ako ng screen. Mamaya na natin ipag-share si Miss Hazel.
Alam mo, we're very fortunate kasi expert talaga yan. Tapos sa ibang bansa pa siya nag-train talaga.
Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, kung may mga nag-type 1 na, kung excited po tayo sa ating magiging topic for today, bago natin syempre ipakilala yung ating guest speaker which is invited with our company Dr. Doc Maria Cecilia Katapang. Ito po yung kanyang mga credentials. Okay, Kaya ko po ginawa ng banner si Miss Lynn, kasi napakarami po para at least sama-sama po natin babasahin. Okay, ito na ho ang kanyang credentials. Ito yung ating speaker for today. Lynn Hazel is an Australian licensed occupational therapist with more than 10 years of experience in the field of neuroscience, mental health, and behavioral therapy. She is the founder of Neurobalance Therapy and leads a team of rehabilitation specialists providing high-quality holistic therapy services to persons with pain and injuries, elderly, kids with disabilities, and amateur and elite athletes for human performance optimization. Ms. Hazel's clinical expertise lies in neuro or brain rehabilitation, occupational therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, dialectical behavioral therapy or DBT, elite athletic performance optimization, and the aging brain. She is also an elite sports performance coach with clients ranging from UFC fighters, Under Armour athletes to world champions in esports. Hazel is an advocate of combining several research-based therapies to suit her clients' needs and goals. In the realm of mental health, Ms. Hazel has been a research speaker for reputable organizations such as Under Armour, o paki-Google search na lang yan, Under Armour, Australian Embassy's Australia Global Alumni, Department of Education, University of the Philippines, Manila, and Ateneo de Manila University. She won first place in 2021 BR41N or parang Ambasa is Brain.io's global competition for artificial intelligence in the neuro rehabilitation data analysis category. Ms. Hazel is one of the finalists of Australian Embassy in the Philippines 2018 Australia Alumni Excellence Awards. She is very dedicated in continuously learning to give the best care for her clients. Hazel took up a course at Harvard University School of Public Health on ergonomics and human factors. And of course, with that, Doc Maria Cecilia Katapang.
Oh, sir, kulang pa yung credentials niya. Nasa world, sa Olympics. Ano pa siya? Consultant siya ng gymnastics sa Olympics.
Okay, Doc, ikaw na ang magpapasok kay Doc at kay Ma'am Hazel.
Ikaw na. We'd like to welcome and thank you very much, Miss Lynn Hazel Calawod, dahil pinagbigyan mo kami ngayong hapon. Welcome, Miss Lynn Hazel Calawod. Everyone, clap, clap, clap. Thank you
Afternoon
so
po,
much.
Ma'am Hazel.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday lecture about depression and anxiety. So I am going to share my screen now. Give me a moment. Saglit.
Thank you, Lina.
Ano, thank you. May utang ka, Doc.
Lin, oo, bibigyan ka namin ng collagen. Oo. Kasi pampabata at pampaganda yun.
Yes.
Diba?
Okay. Wait lang.
Tapos Lina, next time ano naman, chondroitin naman kasi in relation to ano naman.
Okay.
Not basta, Ma'am Hazel. Pasensya ka na kay Doc, ha? Excited.
Kasi ano naman siya sa physical naman therapy.
Yes, oo.
Expertise
Ganda
din yan. Kung alam mo lang kung sinong niya, kung sinong tine-therapy niya, di ba? No? Ayoko na sabihin, baka bawal eh. Mga big time, di ba? Parang presidente lang dati. Ganon.
Hi. Ayan. So, hi guys. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, hi. My name is Hazel and welcome to our lecture about understanding anxiety and depression as well as how Zentab can help. So, by the way, again, you can call me Lynn or Hazel. And if you would like to follow more about mental health, mga tips on, mga how to decrease your stress, your anxiety, or other things that you think you would need for your mind, please check out my IG and my Facebook. It's called Mind Coach Hazel. So, all right. Again, ayun, thank you, Chantal. How should I call you? Just Chantal or Sir Chantal?
Try ikaw magsabi.
Okay na po sa amin ka, Chantal.
Okay. Ayan. So, ayun, salamat sa introduction mo earlier. Again, I'm the founder of Neurobalance and I'm an occupational therapist. So, basically, what I do is I analyze yung lifestyle ng tao. I analyze what's going on in a person's life, including yung physical, mental, spiritual, brain functions ng tao, and then I create a program para ma-solve nila yung mga issues nila. So, today, I will be sharing to you what is anxiety and depression. I will also be telling you about the science behind it, what happens to your brain, and what parts of your brain are affected kapag nasa-stress ka, kapag nagkakaroon ka ng anxiety at saka depression. Ano yung mga symptoms that you have to watch out for. Again, these symptoms are really good to know because if you can nip the stress, anxiety, and depression in the bud, then you don't have to deal with the behavioral changes. You don't have to deal with yung effects ng stress, anxiety, and depression sa life mo. So, please do your best to listen, especially dun sa science portion of our lecture today para at least it's easier for you to spot kung kailan ka nasa-stress. And of course, I will be telling you how should you cope with stress and anxiety. I'll give you techniques kung paano pa lalo mas mapaganda yung quality of life mo. And I'll also be giving you other ways to relax your mind and body. At the later portions of our lecture, we're going to have an active na style of learning. So later, please do your best na matapos yung webinar na to because you will also be experiencing your own cognitive behavioral therapy and relaxation session with us today. And
Wow.
yes, and as well as how Zentab can help you relieve the symptoms of stress, anxiety, and depression. Now, because I am not a doctor and Dr. Cecil is here, if there are things that you would also like to um, discuss about the pharmacology perspective of Zentab, then please do so. You can just ask us away here sa chat natin and we will address your questions later. All right. So webinar house rules. Please do your best na first naka-mute muna tayo. If you have questions, please put it in the chat and we will address it later. Okay. So let's get straight to it, guys. First, let's discuss ano ba yung mga pinagdadaanan ng isang tao sa buhay niya. So, in a person's life, there are several things that parang kumbaga, if it was a computer, you have several open tabs that you always have to think about. There could be your studies or your work, your finances, because of course, we need our financial stability to be able to also sustain our lives and our wants and our desires, as well as if you're applying yourself in work, or example meron kang favorite sport or hobbies, you also need to put an open tab to learn more about your skills and technique. In this case, example, if you're doing distributorship for Zentab, you also have to attend seminars, webinars like this, or you have to do your own research, and that takes brain space again. And you also have to think about your social relationships. What is the quality of the social relationships that you have? Is it healthy, or are your social relationships not in check? Kasi if the social relationships are not in check, then of course that will also play in your mental health, right? And it will affect the quality of your life. And of course, there is the sleep and nutrition. Sleep is very important for your brain, and nutrition, because we are humans, we are people, we function by cells. And these cells, they have a specific science. And these things that we are discussing today would also help you understand bakit importante that you need to keep your nutrition in check para mabawasan yung incidence of your anxiety and depression, because it's very very difficult to take care of yourself, your life, if your nutrition is not properly in place. You can't expect your brain, that is a living organism, that's a tissue that has a definite science for years and thousands of years na inaral, na you're just gonna keep using it pero hindi mo siya iniintindi. So your sleep and nutrition is very very important na chine-check mo in your life if you want a quality life. But if of course if that's not yet on your time management right now, then maybe you can think about it in the future, where you can actually really plan how much sleep you're going to get and how much nutrition attention you're gonna put into your life. And then in a person's life, syempre sa sobrang daming open tabs ng buhay natin, at we're constantly progressing. Every day we wake up, every day we have to do something. The next month we have something to do. This year we have financial plans that we need to cater to. You have to keep your stress in check as well. You need to learn how to manage your stress, or else what will happen? Sasabog yung utak mo. Hindi ka makaka-focus kasi ang dami ng open tabs. So, today, we are going to give you stress management techniques. And of course, how are you going to prevent your burning out? Paano ka magkakaroon ng psychological, mental, and social skills para hindi ka ma-burn out? Para dire-diretso lang yung pag-progress mo sa life mo. That's important because kung puro ka complaints, pero wala kang ginagawa, kung wala kang tools, paano mo masosolve yung problema? Eh di puro problema lang yung pinagsasabi mo. Walang problem-solving skills, right? Importante na meron kang skills para masolve mo yung problem mo. Or else, paulit-ulit lang yung problema kasi hindi mo naman talaga siya binigyan ng tamang panahon at tamang skills at in-apply yung skills na yon para maging maganda yung buhay mo. So that is what I'm going to offer you today. So I would like to thank you for your time and for your energy and for your life and for trying to understand what stress, depression, and anxiety is all about with Dr. Cecil and Chantal and Zentab. All right. So my ultimate questions for you guys are: how do we keep our mental health in check? How do we reach optimal performance despite the massive stresses that we have to take in every day of our lives? And how do we juggle these responsibilities every day? And how do we make sure that we lessen our risks of developing mental health disorders such as anxiety and depression? These are the questions that we're going to solve today. Now, first, let's discuss what is wellness. It is important na meron kayong idea of what wellness is. Kasi kung mas naiintindihan mo kung ano yung components ng wellness, it's easier for you to open a tab about one, the physical wellness of your being, yung mental wellness of your being, kung may religion ka or you're a very spiritual person, how is your spirituality? Is it in check? How do you fuel your body? How do you engage your mind? And how do you nurture your spirit? So wellness, it is actually a lifestyle and a personalized approach to living life in a way that allows you to become the best kind of person that your potentials, circumstances, and fate will allow. Again, it's about lifestyle. And again, it's a personalized approach to living life. There is no band-aid treatment in the life that you live. Every person has different issues, right? So you can listen to some of your friends, to other people, but hindi lahat ng advices nila mag-work for you. So you need to also learn how to personalize your own type of therapy para maging maganda yung wellness na approach mo sa sarili mong life. Now, what are the 8 mutually interdependent dimensions of wellness? Here they are. There is the physical aspect of your wellness. Kumbaga, sleep, nutrition, in-check ba? Yung nag-exercise ka ba? Are you taking care of the vessel? Are you taking care of your body? That's the most important thing kasi hindi ka makaka-move forward with your life if something is wrong with your physicality, if something is wrong with your physical health. Kasi magkakatok lahat yan, yung mga signs and symptoms ng problema ng katawan mo, ng utak mo. So if you also need to make sure na meron kang brain space para isipin na ay oo nga pala, my mind and myself and my being lives in a body that has a definite science. So you would want to know the science behind how you can improve the nutrition, the sleep, and the physicality of your being. Then there's also the intellectual portion, the emotional portion, so the social portions, vocational, spiritual, financial, and environmental. Now, what is environmental, guys? When I say environmental, it composes of, example, makalat ka ba sa bahay mo? Of course, if masyadong madaming gamit na nakikita, every gamit na yun may symbolism sa utak mo, right? So that adds extra stress sa nakikita mo, sa mata mo, and that can also give you extra risks for depression and anxiety. And environmental can also mean yung social environment mo. Kung yung bahay mo, yung katawan mo, you are also surrounded by people. They're part of your social environment. So, you also have to keep in check, are the people that you surround yourself with healthy and are supporting you for you to achieve what you need to do? Or are the people that are around you bringing you down? And if they're bringing you down, then what should you do? You need to ask yourself these questions para mas makuha mo kung ano yung gusto mo sa buhay mo. Next, here, attention must be given to all the dimensions, as neglect of any one over time will adversely affect the others and ultimately one's health, well-being, and quality of life. Again, interconnected ang dimensions of wellness. So, if you forget to exercise, anong mangyayari? Siyempre, babagsak yung energy level mo. Kung hindi ka kumain ng tama, di kulang ka na naman sa energy, 'di ba? So, kung yung plano mo for that day is to, may kakausapin akong kliyente, kaso wala kang ang energy. So, how sure are you na yung quality of your performance sa trabaho mo is okay or is worth na yung kliyente mo mag-umoo sa'yo. So, you also have to make sure na tingnan mo talaga yung dimensions of wellness kasi lahat apektado kung ine-neglect mo. Alright, so here is the most important part of my lecture for you today about the brain. Mahilig talaga akong mag-discuss tungkol sa utak kasi, again, it is the most powerful tool that you have. It's your problem-solving tool. It's the moment you were born, may brain ka na. And you use that brain to learn about the world. You use that brain to get what you want for your quality of life. So, importante na makita mo din kung paano siya mag-function at maintindihan. Now, all of us, of course, we went to college and we went to high school and grade school and na-discuss na konti yung biology of the brain. So, dahil mahilig ako sa neuroscience, eto guys, here are some of the things that you need to know about your brain. Now, your brain, they have what we call the cognitive and intellectual functions, and then merong parts din ng brain mo na nagfa-function para bigyan ka ng emotions and motivation. So, yung part ng cognitive or intellectual functions, yun yung tinatawag nating cerebrum or cerebral cortex, right? Ito yung dito. Kung nanonood kayo ng X-Men, di ba meron silang nilalagay na yung parang pambasa or ng ano. So this cerebrum, it's the one that helps you think. It's the one that learns and it's the one that problem solves. But there is also a part of your brain that is functioning to keep your emotions and your motivation in check. Yun na yung nagpa-process ng wants mo, ng appetite mo, urges, needs, rewards, cravings, desires, pleasure, feelings, mood, all that. So basically, there is the thinking brain and then there's the um, feeling brain. So let's call it the thinking brain and the feeling brain. Kung yung feeling brain ay hyperactive, anong mangyayari? Hindi ka na makakapag-isip ng maayos, right? Hindi mo na access properly yung part ng brain mo that is going to help you solve. Kasi nga, may part sa'yo na moody ka, may part sa'yo na natatakot or nagiging anxious. So, kakatok yung emotions mo muna sa'yo. Then, dahil kakatok siya yung magsasound ng alarm. Hala, may mali. May mali. Anong gagawin natin? Pero kung hindi mo yun i-confront also, anong mangyayari? Di, the next day kakatok siya ulit. O kaya naman, kunwari, binisi mo yung sarili mo, right? Sa trabaho or to have fun, lalabas ka, magka-clubbing ka, or kung ano man yung recreational activity mo, maybe next month, kakatok na naman kasi na-trigger ka ng same set of event or scenario. So, importante din na yung part ng emotional functions ng utak mo ay tinatanong mo din at pinoprocess mo din. Hindi mo siya kakalimutan. Kasi, again, paulit-ulit lang ang mangyayari sa'yo kung paulit-ulit lang din yung behavior ng utak mo. So, kumbaga, para maging okay yung buhay mo, intindihin mo ng maayos kung paano mo gamitin ng tama yung brain mo and yung mind mo. So, there. Next part, the subcortical brain. So, etong subcortical brain na to, yung basic urges, like our basic urges, impulses, and emotion-rich motivations, such as yung hunger, thirst, fear, anxiety, all this, it is part of your subcortical brain. So, it is unconscious, it is automatic, and it is impulsive. So, meaning nito, kung madami kang fears or anxiety or trauma na nakolekta sa buhay mo, nagiging automatic din yung part ng brain mo na na sinasabi niya na I'm very fearful, I'm frightened about this, I'm frightened about that, I'm anxious about this, I'm afraid, I'm always afraid. So, and you don't have that much control over it kasi una, hindi mo pa siya alam paano i-control, right? So, today, let's learn how to control that part of our brain, the subcortical brain. And then, again, yung sinabi ko sa inyo, yung si cortical brain, ito siya, yung nasa front, si cerebrum, it's the one that helps you plan, it's the one that helps you achieve your goals, make strategies. It also has, it also houses your values and your beliefs. Now, si cortical brain, ito yung conscious part. Ito yung may control ka. And it's deliberate and it revolves around the understanding of your executive functions or your executive control. Meaning, kung magaling ka mag-focus, most likely, mas mabilis kang makaplano. So, kung may focus ka and you attend to that problem, it's easier for you to plan and to take yourself out of the risks of what your stresses are, your anxiety and depression. But again, remember, may subcortical brain. Pero kung si subcortical brain laging stress dahil sa lagi mong sinusurround yung sarili mo with toxic people, lagi siyang kakatok sa'yo. Yung subcortical brain dahil siya yung automatic, siya yung didictate ng buhay mo. Kaya importante na you know how to control the subcortical brain as well. Alright, so let's go to the stress response. So, kunwari, di ba, ang dami mo ng open tabs, ang dami mo ng iniisip, ang dami mo ng stress, nangolekta ka na, nang poproblemahin. Ano ba yung nangyayari sa utak mo? this is what we call the stress response in the neuroscience world. So sa part ng brain mo, that part, there's a small part in the middle, it's called the hypothalamus. Si hypothalamus, it's the part of your brain that sends signals to your adrenal gland. So yung adrenal gland mo, it's on top of your kidney. It's the one that provides you hormones. It's the one that controls your hormonal responses. So si adrenal gland, kapag example nag na stress ka, and again guys, let me make it clear sa inyo, there are two types of stresses. Merong yung chronic stress, which is what we don't want kasi yun yung madaming epekto sa health natin. And there's also yung acute type of stress na kung ano lang siya, short term lang yung stress, it's the one that can, of course, help you focus as well. Pero kung dumidire-diretso yung experience ng utak mo sa stress, then dire-diretso din ang pag-produce ng stress hormones mo, na cortisol. And this cortisol, it's the one that triggers the flight or fight response. Ngayon, ano ba yung epekto ng stress sa katawan ng tao? 'Di ba sabi ko kanina, kapag hindi siya prolonged na stress, okay lang siya kasi mako-contain mo agad yung epekto ng stress hormone na cortisol sa katawan mo. Pero kung chronic stress siya, then it will lead to cardiovascular diseases. It will lead to things like anxiety, depression, insomnia, muscle spasms, headaches, rapid breathing, or yung kasi nga di ba it sends hormones parang okay, it's time to fight or it's time to go. Pero kung constantly madami kang stressors, yung utak mo din sasabihin na okay, constantly dapat mag-fight ka or mag-go ka. So constant din yung pag-increase ng heart rate mo. Constant din yung nire-ready ka ng utak mo na parang okay, ready na ha, ano na tayo, game na tayo, fight na tayo or alis na tayo. So, yung breathing mo magte-tense up to get you energy, to give you energy. Pero again, kung hindi yung nagpapahinga, yung part ng brain mo na yon at yung adrenal gland mo ay hindi nagpapahinga, di dire-diretso din yung hormonal na imbalance mo. So, now, let's discuss what is anxiety. So, di ba sabi natin, pag chronic stress, it can lead to anxiety as well. Anxiety is the feeling of fear or panic. So most people feel anxious, panicky, or fearful about situations in life, such as money problems or exams. But often once the difficult situation is over, they feel better and calmer. Because yung hormones nila, nag-relax na, nagpalit na sila ng hormonal cycle. Sometimes, the feelings of fear or anxiety continue after the difficult situation, especially kung hindi mo pa alam paano i-control yung thoughts, feelings, and emotions mo. Kung nagru-ruminate ka or nag-overthink ka, then paulit-ulit mo ding nire-remind yung utak mo about the trauma or about the stressful situation na hindi mo pa naiintindihan or hindi mo pa kino-confront. And then sometimes you may feel a stronger sense of fear than other people, and this is when anxiety becomes a problem and can affect you doing everyday things. Now, what are the components of anxiety, guys? There are three components of anxiety. There is the subjective response to anxiety, the behavioral, and the physiological response. So, subjective response, it consists of tension, apprehension, sense of impending danger, dread, and expectations of inability to cope. Basically, how your personality dictates also your level of stress response, right? Kasi there are people that are more mentally tough and there are people that are that hindi pa nila naiintindihan yung thoughts, feelings, and emotions nila, or there are people that gets stressed about exam, pero yung iba naman hindi nasa-stress sa exam because they're more prepared, or there are people that have that are anxious about presenting, but there are people that enjoy presenting. So again, the values, the beliefs, also will change the way your brain will respond to different scenarios. Then there's the behavioral response. This consists of avoidance of feared situation, impaired speech and motor activity, and impaired performance at complex cognitive tasks. When I say cognitive, yun na yung proseso ng utak mo na parang halimbawa, may iniisip ka. The cognitive response is composed of parang ina-understand mo ba? Tama ba yung understanding mo? Enough ba yung skills mo to understand the situation or what you're thinking of? Or kulang pa ba? Kulang pa ba yung cognitive skills mo or brain skills mo para i-process ng tama? Kasi kung kulang, di pa ulit-ulit lang din that you're going to run into the same issue. Kasi hindi pa kumpleto yung understanding ng utak mo about the situation. Then there's the physiological response. Consists of physiological meaning biological response. It consists of your muscle tension, increased heart attack, yun, blood pressure, nausea, dizziness, dryness of mouth, rapid breathing. Yung kanina, yung pinakita ko doon sa effects of stress, yun na yung mga biological responses. Now, what are the key symptoms of anxiety? Pwede kang magkaroon ng memory issues. Kasi syempre, kung anxious ka, di ba, ang daming open tabs, hindi mo alam kung alin doon yung iisipin mo. So, nagkaka-memory issues ka. There's constant worrying, trouble breathing. Why do you get why do you get breathing issues kapag anxious ka? Because, again, di ba, sinabi natin, yung hormones para mag-fight or or umalis ka sa situation na fearful, magre-release yung utak mo magre-release ng hormones na yon. Ngayon, yung hormones na yon, it will dictate ano yung magiging behavior ng katawan mo. So, kung lagi kang stressed, kung lagi kang anxious, very shallow din yung breathing mo because nakakalimutan mong huminga, basically. Kasi ang dami mong iniisip ang daming kailangang i-attend ng utak mo. You might get headaches also kasi dehydrated ka, baka hindi mo din properly nakikeep in check yung drinking patterns mo. You might get rapid heartbeat kasi syempre pag nagkaroon na ng hormonal changes sa katawan mo, yung heart rate mo, it's going to change then. Kung mataas yung cortisol hormones mo or your stress hormones and adrenal hormones, which is yung hormones that's in charge of yung pagbigay sa'yo ng energy para gamitin mo yon to act on something. Pero kung masyadong madaming ganun, magkakaroon ka ng heart issues. There's also procrastination kasi sa sobrang dami mong iniisip dahil anxious ka, nagkakaroon ka ng analysis paralysis. You may also get lack of patience kasi again, 'di ba, ang dami mo ngang iniisip. So, yung mood mo magche-change din because of the hormonal change. Again, guys, what I want to inform you and the key point here, bakit dinidiscuss ko yung physiological or biological aspect ng stress, anxiety, and depression mo is ayoko na isipin natin na hindi ka enough. Ayaw kong isipin nyo na kulang kayo sa skills. Kasi lahat can be trained. But you need to give time for yourself para i-train yung sarili mo. Kung meron kang mga behavioral issues or yung utak mo laging anxious, yun yung behavior niya, you also need to take time to unlearn the behaviors of your brain. And what I want to say is don't judge your brain so much, don't judge your personality so much, don't judge how you react to things because baka kulang ka lang talaga sa learning, 'di ba? So all you need to do is learn about your brain and how you can properly use parts of your brain to help you solve what you need to solve para sa sarili mo. Then if you're anxious, then you might get panic attacks and then stomach issues. So now, what are some of the symptoms of anxiety? Ayun nga, kung may psychological yung mga psychological symptoms is pwede kang maging matatakot palagi kasi nga yung part ng brain mo na in charge of processing your emotions laging active. So kung laging active siya, bibigyan ka niya ng feelings of fear kasi there is something threatening to you. Kumbaga. Now, I wish I can like spend a lot of time talking about the brain because I'm so passionate about talking about the brain. But dahil I only have like a couple of minutes left dito sa ano na to, then maybe in the future, if you guys want to know more about, like parts of the brain para hindi nyo i-judge yung personalities nyo, then please keep in contact with Dr. Cecil and Chantal para I can explain to you more about your emotions naman. Kasi sobrang dami kong pwedeng i-share sa inyo. But the time is, kailangan yung kumain mamaya or else baka ma-stress kayo lalo. So, anticipation also and irritability. Ang parts also ng psychological arousal also, it can lead to sensitivity to noise, restlessness, poor concentration, worrying thoughts. So what I'm trying to say is there is a part of your brain, it's called amygdala. You can search it on Google. Si amygdala, siya yung nagpa-process ng ano mo, ng naririnig mo, ng nakikita mo. Siya yung nagbibigay ng meaning sa life mo and na related dun sa emotions mo. So si amygdala siya yung emotional part ng brain mo. So kung hindi yon trained properly, it will take over your brain functions. Dun ka na magkakaroon ng madaming triggering moments in your life. Lagi kang stress, lagi kang natitrigger. Kasi nga, yung behavior ng utak mo din is nasanay siya, na triggered siya palagi. Pero there are things you can do para mabawasan yung pagiging triggered mo. There are things that you can do to control that part of your brain. Ito yung ituturo natin today. Tapos, meron din yung muscle tension, yung hyperventilation, yung sleep disturbance. Ito, pinaka-importante talaga itong alamin nyo, yung sleep disturbance pag mataas yung stress, anxiety mo. Kasi again, yung tulog, siya yung nagre-repair, right, ng brain mo. Siya yung nagde-deload ng information na nakuha mo today or yesterday. So kung kulang ka sa tulog, again, yung utak mo, yung brain activity niya hindi proper. So yung hormones mo din hindi magiging proper kasi yung brain mo yung magdidictate kay hormones mo kung ano yung cycle of life mo the next day. So kung kulang ka sa tulog, edi kulang ka din sa brain power. Kung kulang ka sa brain power, mabilis ka ding matrigger. Kung mabilis ka matrigger, edi sayang oras mo. Lagi ka na lang namumroblema. Kulang ka, maybe in the future, pag tinulog mo lang, sometimes yung emotions mo, yung problema mo, pagka next day parang okay, feel refreshed ka na, right? Kasi nga, nag-deload na ng information yung brain mo. So, importante na i-check mo din sa sarili mo kung yung sleep mo is okay. Kasi kung hindi, yung hormones mo, it will be whack. All the more, magi-increase yung level of risk mo for anxiety and depression. Because again, di ba, they're hormonal. It's, there are parts of your being na hindi mo controlled. May specific science talaga siya. Kailangan malaman mo yung science na yun. Or else, it will play against you. Now, what is depression naman? Depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. So, it's also called major depressive disorder or clinical depression. It affects how you feel, how you think, and how you behave, and can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems. You may have trouble doing normal day-to-day activities, and sometimes you may feel as if life isn't worth living. Because again, what is the key term here? It's a mood disorder. Remember, it's your brain. Now, if you lack sleep, if you lack nutrition, you're gonna get moody. And if that is consistent na na under chronic stress ka, your mood will also be consistent. And then, that will increase your risk of getting um, diagnosed with clinical depression. Kaya, keep your moods in check as well. Kasi kung hindi, yun na talaga, baka ma-diagnose ka na and you need to take pills. But again, it is I'm not trying to scare you. Kung meron kang depression or kung meron kang moodiness, then go get yourself checked kasi there are if it's clinical already, definitely you need help. Kasi again, hindi mo kontrolado sometimes yung utak mo. Especially kung under chronic stress na paulit-ulit na yung nagiging behaviors ng brain mo. So, don't judge the way your brain works. Punta ka sa proper doctor to get yourself checked, get the help that you need, and then do the necessary actions and steps, including taking Zentab. Kasi nga, it helps with mood and disorders para mas magiging healthy ka. And again, kung healthy ka, you also have healthy social relationships. Kung healthy ka makikipagtungo sa ibang tao, mas lalo nagmumultiply yung positivity in your life if your body is healthy. Pero kung hindi ka healthy, edi yung pamilya mo magwo-worry din palagi, 'di ba? Hindi mo alam kung yung person na yon na nagwo-worry sa'yo is more inclined to get depressed. Edi nagsama-sama na kayo, nagparty na kayo with with anxiety, stress, and depression. And that's something that you don't want to put in people's lives that you care about, diba? So it's important that you do take care of your own health. As they say in the Bible, if you love yourself as you love your neighbor, love yourself as well, including love your body, your hormones, your brain, and your plans and your strategies and everything that you want. You have to commit to it and you have to take time to understand it. Now, there are key symptoms to depression. It can get you fatigued, you can do alcohol abuse kasi syempre meron ka ng hormonal issue you're seeking an escape. So pupunta ka na doon sa mga stimulants like drugs or alcohol or kung ano man para to get you happier again. But the more that you do this, the more that you mess up the hormonal cycle of your body, the more that you mess up yung brain activity mo. So, lalo kang pagganon-ganon sa hormonal cycle mo, mas lalo kang difficult to get yourself out of that situation kung wala kang control sa behaviors mo. You can also get thoughts of death, sadness, guilt, sleep problems, concentration, changes in appetite, anger. You may also isolate yourself kasi kumbaga kung depleted ka na, logically, sasabihin ng utak mo, pahinga ka na, i-isolate mo na yung sarili mo kasi wala ka na ng energy to socialize. Pag nagsasalita ka, diba, that also takes energy. Pag sobrang nagsasalita ka, kailangan mo din magpahinga. You need to catch your breath. So, especially for those with introverted na personalities, mas energy consuming sa kanila yung nagsasalita. Me, I'm an introvert. So, actually, this one, me talking to you, magaling lang yan si Dr. Cecil. Introvert siya. Again, your personality can change every 10 years or if there's something that is major that's gonna happen to you. So, or like if nagkaroon ka ng trauma, kasi mag-iiba yung logic ng utak mo. So before, I was an extrovert and now I'm an introvert kasi nga, I want to soul search as well. So, dahil dun sa decision ko na yon, nag-iiba din yung behaviors na and personality ko. So, also, check it out kung extrovert ka ba, introvert, para ma-calculate mo yung units of energy consumption mo, para magkaroon ka ng understanding. Baka I'm doing too much. Baka kailangan ko ng rest. Or baka puno ako ng rest, kailangan ko namang gumawa ng something. Now, ano ba yung differences sa depression and the symptoms o ng anxiety? So sa anxiety, it can give you excessive feelings of fear and worry, dry mouth, tension in muscles, nausea, or yung nahihilo ka, irregular heartbeats, and panic attacks. Yung sa depression naman, because it's a mood disorder, then meron kang parang constant feeling of sadness or emptiness or parang kulang ka sa purpose. You may get like suicidal thoughts and attempts or wala ka ng kung ano yung mga activities na ini-enjoy mo dati hindi na siya as enjoyable, or you can also get sleeping problems, appetite changes, and reduced energy. All right. So, guys, dahil ang dami kong sinabi tungkol sa sa science, pwede bang mag-rest muna kayo, mag-restroom break muna kayo, and then dahil ayoko kayong ma-stress masyado, let's see each other in 1 or 2 minutes from now, just to collect your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. Thank you.
1 minute break. Mag-break mo si Sir Troy.
Yes. Oo.
Oo, meron. Natired si Miss Lynn kasi introvert, napagod magsalita.
Grabe, ang dami ko natutunan, ha? Science, no, ng utak. Pero sabi nga niya, wag daw masyadong dibdibin. Wag mag-focus doon sa sa utak.
Stretching, Sir Troy, stretching.
Stretching tayo.
Mga kasantal, stretching. Alam mo ba, sir, yung sa iglesia, pag sinabi mong ka, ang ibig sabihin kapatid.
Yes.
Restroom break.
Oo, kapatiran.
Mm.
Yung mga kasantal po natin ngayon sa Zoom at maging dyan sa FB Live, i-reserve nyo na po yung questions nyo po. Ang ganda po ng topic.
Sir Troy, nakita mo ba sa Facebook yung babaeng lumundag mula sa Richmond Hotel?
Ay, hindi, Dok. Anong nangyari?
Mayroong babaeng lumundag mula sa 14th floor ng Richmond Hotel. Nakita ko yan nung isang araw. Nakahawak siya sa bintanang ganon, pero nakita ko yung paa niya, parang nag-a-attempt siyang umakyat. Ulit. Nasa labas na siya ng bintana, nakaganon siya sa bintana. Tapos pina-attempt niyang umakyat, parang nagbago isip. Mamaya tatanong ko kay Miss Linya. Yung suicidal tendency siguro dahil sa depression, di ba?
No?
Oo. Ayun na, lecturer. Mute mo na.
So, kamusta naman ang thoughts, feelings, and emotions niyo? May naintindihan ba kayo?
Oo, mamaya yung question.
Oo, mamaya paputaktin po tayo ng questions dito, Ma'am Hazel.
At least ngayon alam na natin ang diferensya ng anxiety at depression.
Correct.
Yun. Mabilis niyo na siyang ma-open.
Na-identify.
Oo. So ngayon, punta na tayo sa coping strategies naman. How do we manage anxiety, stress, especially ngayon sa COVID-19? Kasi 'di ba, we're forced to be isolated for the health of our bodies, and para magkaroon tayo ng social responsibility not to affect other families or other people, nagkakaroon talaga tayo ng behavioral changes dahil yung environment natin at nag-convene yung buong mundo. There's a pandemic. We need to do health measures. And these health measures also mean social isolation. These health measures also mean that you don't get to have enough time to visit your friends or other family members in order to protect them, and that can play also in the way your brain behaves. Kasi iba na yung setting. You don't get that much stimulation for your brain. You're forced to be on your own. And when you are forced to isolate, 'di ba sa prison, yung yung technique nila para na punishment is social isolation, yung mag-isa ka. Mas
Mm.
hirap yun, di ba? You don't get sunlight, you don't get socialization. So, dahil wala, and konting space lang, yung katawan mo
Confined.
makakagalaw, nakaka-exercise, mas nawawala sa control yung katawan mo, tsaka nagwawala yung utak mo. That's just the way it is. That's science-based na talaga, guys. So it's important that you need to learn how to give your brain coping strategies. All right. Oh, ayan. So, two things that you can do. There are two tools that will give you now, mindfulness and meditation. Ano ang effect ni mindfulness and ano ang effect ni meditation? So, research assess that mindfulness and meditation actually helps restructure pressure in the mind. It restructures pressure. So, example, dahil ang dami mong, example, if you're under chronic stress or if you have feelings of anxiety and depression, yung amygdala mo laging triggered. Now, if you meditate, of course, it's going to change the way you use your brain, right? It's going to dissipate information, or it's going to access a different part of your brain, not just your amygdala, and it helps restructure the pressure specifically doon kay amygdala. Hindi na siya palaging triggered kasi you're trying to control its brain behavior. Kaya yung nakikita nyo yung mga bakit yoga helps, right? Kasi in yoga, you're aware of your present moment. In yoga, you're mindful of how your body is moving. You're teaching your body and your brain structure. And that helps with an unstructured mind, specifically if it's under chronic stress. Then you can also do something like a body scan meditation. So mamaya magme-meditate pala tayo, guys, tsaka yung 5 senses routine. So next is positive self-talk. So sabi ni Meijin nung nag-research sa last 2019, si motivational self-talk daw improves endurance performance and it increases both power output and time to exhaustion. Example, kung you can use the technique of self-talk. Kung mas labas na yung mga thoughts, sorry, English speaking pala ako, guys, more on English, nahihirapan ako mag-Tagalog, tsaka Ilongga ako, so effort sa akin mag-Tagalog. Yung self-talk, you can use self-talk to change the way your brain behaves. Again, your thoughts have energy. Your emotions and your feelings, they're all composed of energy, right? Your energy can either be positive or your energy can either be negative, or you can be just neutral, nagpa-plateau ka lang. But again, because we're talking about brain functions here, if you talk to yourself in a negative way, anong mangyayari? You are increasing your feelings of worry. You're increasing your feelings of anxiety. You're increasing the thoughts, the units of thoughts your brain processes that is going to be fear-based. And what did I say about fear emotions? It constantly knocks on your amygdala. If it knocks on your amygdala too much, it will tell your hypothalamus, that little part of your brain kanina na pinakita ko sa stress response, and the hypothalamus will talk to your adrenal glands on top of your kidney to give you more stress hormones so you can escape or so you can make a plan. But the thing is, if you yourself are doing self-harm techniques on yourself, like self-sabotaging, like negative self-talk, or dahil mababa yung self-esteem mo, at hinahayaan mo lang yung sarili mong mababa yung self-esteem mo, at hindi mo kinokontrol the way you talk to yourself, hindi mas lalo kang nag-feeling negative. But if you tell yourself also, and if you focus your mind into motivating your mind, then your mind also listens. Because when you open your mouth and when you talk, your ears can hear what you're saying. When your ears hear it, your brain processes it. And depending on the quality of your brain functions, yun din yung magdedetermine ng output ng buhay mo. So, the more that you talk negatively to yourself, the more that your brain listens, and maybe it will become permanent, the value. Baka sabihin niya na, oo, ganyan lang talaga yung value mo eh. Ganyan, ganyan lang talaga. Ganyan lang talaga ang buhay. But what if you change the way you use it, the way you talk to yourself? And it's been shown in science that it does increase your endurance and it does increase time to exhaustion. It also influences the perception of a stressful situation, experience of emotions, and the degree of self-belief. Because again, if mababa yung belief mo sa sarili mo, di mababa din yung output ng buhay mo. Then next is maintain a routine. So again, importante na you also have a feeling of control sa sarili mo and sa life mo. Kasi kung wala kang routine, ang daming ipoprocess ng utak mo, ang daming units of information na kailangan niyang i-process. But if you have a routine that you can stick to, you have a sense of control, right? If you have a sense of control, then most likely you're teaching your brain that, oh, I can do this. I can stabilize my stress. I can stabilize my feelings of anxiety and depression because I'm teaching my hormones how to behave at certain times of the day and night. And then there's also the best exercise, yung exercise talaga. Kasi again, kung ginagamit mo yung katawan mo, then it will also increase your energy systems, right? Mas madami kang energy reserve para sa stress. Mas madami kang energy reserve and mas madami kang hormonal production para pambawas ng stress mo. Tsaka, again, di ba sinasabi nila na pag nag-exercise ka, nagre-release ng toxins yung katawan mo through your sweat glands, through, inaayos niya also yung loob. So, all the more na kailangan mo siyang gawin. Kasi it's free and you just have to move your body and you just have to, for a moment of your life, you just forget what is stressing you and actually just move and release toxins. And maybe after that, you'll feel better. And maybe after that, you'll stop overthinking. And maybe after that, hindi ka na magkakaroon ng symptoms of depression and anxiety. Because you know that exercise also increases your hormonal production in a good way. So, next, dress up. Ito. So, sa mga mahilig sa fashion or yung or kaya kung on a day kahit nag-work from home ka, you can also dress up just so you can look forward to an event or to something, you know. So, remember, di ba, parang kapag pupunta kang event, tapos nag-dress up ka, nagplano ka na this is the way I will look tonight. Mas na-appreciate mo yung sarili mo. So that can also be a way for you to cope with anxiety and depression and stress. But again, tong mga things na tinuturo ko sa inyo, you do it in moderation. Baka naman too much dress up ka na tapos sobrang extra mo na, edi out of place ka na pag pupunta ka na ng event mo. Edi baka mag-overthink ka na naman. Nako, too much na. Tapos uuwi ka na naman, may negative thinking ka about yourself. So, everything in moderation. Then, there's the socialization. Ito, free din nito. You need to socialize because you need brain stimulation. If you don't socialize, kulang ka sa brain activity. But again, the quality of your socialization has to be in check. Because if it's not in check, then, and if you're not aware also of the people that you socialize with, example, hinahayaan mo lang na pag nagso-socialize ka, lagi kang minumura or whatever, hindi mo din sila sinasabihan na parang, my brain doesn't really don't like, being addressed this certain way, then you also have to keep in check the way you the way your social relationships. I can teach you guys in the future about social wellness because it's a very important aspect of brain stimulation. Kaya nga, yung mga tao na na-isolate, pag nagre-retire, mas nadidepress sila kasi kulang sila sa socialization. So yung socialization, again, dahil it activates your brain, it increases your hormonal production, and it gives you, energy. If you kulang ka sa socialization, mababa din yung energy production mo kasi hindi mo naman ginamit yung utak mo para mag-interact. Mababa din yung output niya. Then you can also re-innovate the way you think. Again, eto yung something that you need to check with yourself kasi because people live with other people, there's really no one that can like just stand being by himself talaga, di ba? People need each other. We're social creatures. You also need to keep in check the cultural aspect of your being. Kung halimbawa, sa kultura ng Pilipino, there are like certain aspects na parang, nako, anong iisipin ni ganito, ni ganyan-ganyan. Pero kung iisipin mo din yung needs and wants mo, kung hindi sila nagma-match doon sa cultural parang behaviors ng tao, kailangan mo din i-check sa sarili mo na masyado ko na bang iniisip yung iisipin ng ibang tao? Masyado na ba akong nag-i-increase ng stress levels ko kasi iniisip ko yung hindi pa nila iniisip, hindi ko pa nga ginagawa, may naisip na ako. Then, you also need to do work on that. You need to unlearn stuff about certain cultural behaviors that is not going to help you because again, wellness is personalized. So for others, it works. For others, it doesn't. But if your amygdala or if your brain says there's an alarm going on, then ask yourself, what is it that I want to attend to today in my brain? And then you process that one. So it gets easier for you. And then you don't judge your personality na ganito lang talaga ako or like ganito lang talaga ang buhay. No, if you have good brain power and if you understand the science behind your being, there's so many ways to innovate the way you live your life and your quality of life just keeps improving because you also have a mindset of being progressive. And you also have a mindset that you need to keep learning. But if you just accept that this is the way it is, then it's just going to be the way it is. So it's important that you also understand that there are always ways to innovate the way you process life. Ayan, lumalabas na aking pagiging therapist, guys. Nag-i-English na ako. So, next is coping strategies. Create happy times and memories for your brain. Again, the more happy memories, the better the more positive hormones you get. But the more negative memories, the more katok it goes into your amygdala and says like, hello, I need to there's something negative about me, like it's fear-based eh. Again, if it's fear, it's intuitive. It's evolution. It's part of your brain na talaga. So kung there's too much trauma, you also need to find ways to keep your brain happy and to keep you positive. Kasi kung puro ka lang din salita about your trauma but you're not doing anything about it, then the more that you are increasing your risk for depression and anxiety, and that's not something you want in your life at all. Then have a mindset of being resilient. Again, if you think you are resilient, then you are resilient. If you think that you cannot, then you cannot. Again, your thoughts will also dictate the way you behave, because you cannot behave a certain way without thinking, why am I happy today? Because you're thinking about something. So the more that your thoughts are in check and it's good in its quality, the better your life will be. Tapos, you can stay creative. So things that you can do to stay creative are you can keep a daily or weekly journal. para may outlet ka. Kasi kung puro nasa loob yung open tabs mo, hindi mo siya, wala kang outlet, edi andun lang talaga siya, hindi mo siya pinrocess eh. Hindi mo siya binigyan, hindi mo siya kinonfront. So you need to, again, what's inside will always come out, 'di ba? So kung nasa loob lang siya, edi sasabog ka din one day, magkakaroon ka ng emotional outbursts or anger management issues, and then your social relationships will suffer, and then your psyche will suffer, and your self-esteem may be affected because why did I do this to the person that I love the most, or yung mga ganong possibilities, you know. So again, I'm trying to teach you ways to cope para hindi ka mag-fall into this cycle of yung negative judgment about yourself, because madaming experts out there like us na nag-aral para sa inyo para mag-improve yung quality of life nyo. But it doesn't mean na dahil narinig nyo today, yun na yun. You need to apply it in your lifestyle. Because if you don't, then there's no hormonal activity going on, you know? There's no integration into your well-being. And then, yeah, okay, alam mo nga, pero hindi mo naman pinractice. So, wala din. Wala siyang power in your life at all. Knowledge is power, but willpower is also power. So, try to combine both, guys. Tapos yun, try a brand new recipe for dinner. Yun, you just have to be creative para again parts of your brain will activate, and then hindi na siya puro amygdala. It needs, 'di ba, pressure. You need to relieve parts of your brain sa pressure. Kasi kung paulit-ulit lang yung part ng brain mo na alam ba, pag stressed ka or anxious ka or depressed, there's a certain part of your brain that constantly gets activated. So you also need to activate other parts of your brain by being creative, by doing painting, or by learning fine motor skills, or like yun nga, painting, okay naman dancing, staying in the present moment. Parang just immersing yourself in an activity that can be new, or immersing yourself in an activity that's like all about exploration para yung utak mo mag-problem solve din in a different way. Tapos, pag na-relieve na yung pressure na yon, you can try to go back to questions about your life. What stresses you out, ganyan-ganyan, para mas refreshed na yung perspective mo. Kasi pangit din na you're going to attack an issue with stressed ka. Diba mas maganda pag either enough yung tulog mo, may proper nutrition ka, nag-relax ka muna. Di ba pag nag-relax ka, nag-travel ka, ganyan-ganyan, parang wow, ang ganda-ganda ng buhay. Pero kung hindi ka creative about how you live your life, hindi din creative hindi mo din marirealize na may maganda palang parts ng buhay. You need to have that change of brain activation. So other stress and anxiety management techniques are express gratitude on a regular basis. Now, ang dami ng research about neuroscience nowadays. Actually, I'm so interested in neuroscience. I'm going to apply for a PhD in neuroscience. So please pray for me, guys, na makapasok ako sa PhD. But basically, what I've studied about it is they research also on gratitude, and it says that the more grateful that you are about what you have and how and who you are, and the life that you have, because other people, they're in their deathbeds, other people may mga sakit sila, pero ikaw na-stress ka lang kasi hindi ka na-grateful. So parang pag naging grateful ka din, it relieves pressure in different parts of your brain, and again, you teach your brain to see the positive light in life, and it gives you better energy production. Replace negative thoughts with positive, realistic thoughts. So, ayun, importante. Yun nga, yung sinabi ko sa inyo, motivational self-talk, or like yung changing the way you think about situations, or surrounding yourself with people who are supportive of you, and deep breathing. Again, kung supportive yung mga tao around you, most likely mas gaganahan ka na mag-go forward with your life. Pero kung laging may nagbe-bicker sa'yo, lagi din fear-based yung activity ng brain mo. And that is something that's very difficult to reverse, because it's part na ng evolution ng utak mo na yan eh, na pag if there is something that is threatening you, you want to get out of that threatening situation. But again, sometimes it's not always getting out. Sometimes it's about confronting the situation. Or most of the time, it's about confronting the situation, or it's about confronting what you lack and what you need to train so you can get better at the way you live your life. Then there's also deep breathing. So in a bit, we are going to have some meditation and relaxation. Please give ourselves another 5-minute break and to just collect your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions. And I hope that yung part na yon ng talk natin today gave you a better perspective on how to solve issues that you're having right now. And if you want, you can even get a notebook right now or a paper and then write your thoughts already, so so you can stay creative, because again, socialization also improves the way your energy production. So use my energy to feel good. I'll see you in 5 minutes, guys.
All right. Thank you, Miss Hazel. Another 5 minutes break. Okay, ito na yung next up natin, no? Ways to relax your body and mind. Doc Cecil, naka-ready na. Actually, first time lang natin na magkaroon ng mga questions dito na in English, ha? In English ba? Kasi hindi maintindihan ni Miss Hazel pag Tagalog. Ay, grabe. Talagang nosebleed, sabi nga nila. Ayan, ang dami na po mga may katanungan dito, Doc Cecil, ha?
Sir Troy, sabi nila, meron ako nakuhang parang quotation sa Facebook. Strange, isn't it? Diba? Nakakapagtaka, diba?
Yes.
Ikaw sa sarili mo, you know yourself better than anyone else.
Correct.
Kahit sino man sa paligid mo, mas kilalang kilala mo ang sarili mo, diba?
Tama.
Pero, pag pinintasan kita, diba, ikaw, Sir Troy, pag napulaan ka ng iba, parang natataranta ka, napapahiya ka, diba?
Correct.
So, you know yourself better than anyone else, and yet you crumble at the words of someone who has not even lived a single day of your life, a second of your life. Kaya sabi nga dito sa self-talk, focus on your own voice. Diba? Yun ang importante. So pag sinabi ko, Cecil Katapang, kayang-kaya ko to, diba? Tapos sasabihin ng ibang tao, ay naku Cecil Katapang, hindi mo kaya yan. Diba? Ba't mo yung kinig? Mas kaya ko, mas alam ko. So kung ano ang kala mo na kaya mo, wag sa sandal. Kung kaya mo mag-dropshipping, di ba? Yes. Mag-dropshipping ka.
Correct.
Huwag kang papa-convince sa iba na, mahirap yan, ano ka ba?
Correct. Tama.
Dahil alam mo na kaya mo. Doon. Di ba? So bakit ka maniniwala sa sinasabi ng iba na ikaw lang naman sa sarili mo, alam mo na kaya mo. Ako magbe-break din, Sir Troy, may kukunin lang ako.
Sige po. O, take a break. At, ingat, Sir Ryan, ha? Ingat sa biyahe, ha? Ayan, si Sir Ryan, nasa biyahe. Okay, at naka-ready na yung mga questions ba natin? Ako, meron akong questions, eh. Yung, ko na. Yung kapag meron ka na dinig na negative, di ba? Negative. Nadinig mo. Di ba, ang sabi nila, huwag mo daw padaanin sa kabila. Kaso nadinig mo na. Ano ba yun? Anyway, baka mamaya tingnan natin yung sagot kung paano gagawin natin dyan. Ayan. Sir Ryan, napa-English ka rin, ha? Grabe. Napa-English si Sir Ryan, eh. Oy, may mga katanungan pa, Sir Job. Sir Job, San Juan, congratulations ha. Talagang ang lakas ni Sir Job ngayon. Ayan. Ma'am Lelen, Bulalakaw, mga question kayo ha. Ma'am Lian K. Baez. Coach Canva, tanong mo. Ma'am Jennifer De Lima, tanong din. Ma'am Claire Lanuso, tanong din po. Josephine Obico, Cam Cabarles, Che Kuasay, Dolet Ellery, Shara. Ayan. Jacqueline Ombak. And, ang aking beautiful wifey, Sharon Magpantay. Ayan. May mga katanungan na rin siya. Ayan. Naalala ko tuloy, Dr. Cecil, nag-work pa ako, kinakausap ko. Ayan. Mamaya, basahin ko yan, wifey. And si John Michael de Armas, nandito rin, no? And then si Bay Sulaiman. Tanong-tanong lang po, okay, pwede po tayong magtanong regarding sa ibang products po natin. Kasi kasama rin naman natin si Doc Cecil. Siyempre, ang topic natin is for Zentab, no? At may kinalaman sa utak. Grabe, no? Talagang there are two functions ng ating utak. Wow! Learning, grabe ha. Oo, meron tinatawag na emotional at feelings brain ba yun? Feelings brain? O basta. Oo, mamaya tatanong din natin yun. O tsaka yung yung intellectual brain ba? Nakalimutan agad. O, kailangan talaga mag-DHA, Sir Ryan no? Galing ka trabaho, Sir Ryan? Oh,
yes sir.
Buti nasa likod ka ng nasa likod ka ng jeep or bus ba yan? Bus?
Nasa biyahe na.
Kasama si Mrs.
Wala, ako lang isa sir.
May katabi ka lang. Huwag ka na maingay, natutulog eh. Ayun yung tulog guys Malaking bagay din pala yung tulog. Kaya minsan tulog-tulog din tayo, no? Huwag laging puyat, Troy. Lagi akong puyat eh. Ganun daw talaga eh. Pag gusto yumaman, no? Ayan tayo eh. Oo. Sige, at habang naghihintay po tayo ng pagbalik ni Miss Hazel. Ayan. Grabe, daming mga learnings, no? May nag-message na dito kung pwede daw makuha yung slideshow. Tingnan natin, Mama, kung pwedeng depende kay Ma'am Hazel yan. Okay?
Okay.
Opo, Doc. Yes, Doc.
Babanggitin din ni Miss Hazel mamaya yung body na siya ng Zentab.
Yes, opo. Sabi ni Mrs., bakit po may mga nagkaka-insomnia? Mukhang late ka dumating. Naitakot mo kanina.
Pero kung Sir Troy may questions tungkol sa Zentab, ako na lang yung tanong.
Yun sabi niya, umamin siya, late nga daw siya. Ayan. Okay, so eto na at Doc, antayin natin yung bumalik si Ma'am Hazel kasi yung mga questions dito, pang nosebleed din eh. Si Ma'am Hazel lang di makakasagot ito. Ayan. Bakit po may mga nagkaka-insomnia? Sige, YP. Oo. Balikan natin mamaya Nasagot na ni Miss Hazel yan kanina. Ayan.
Balik pa ako dun sa office.
Ay, oo. Anong oras ang balik mo, Doc? After this?
Opo.
Ingat sa pagpedal ng Natatawa ako doon sa sinasabi mo, sidecar eh. Isang sidecar ko lang yan. Gagamitin mo yung kotse mo?
Sir, ang laki ng ikot.
Basta ingat ka, Doc, ha? Driver ka naman yata, eh.
Naiikot pa ako doon sa EDSA.
Medyo matraffic pa ngayon. Kasi rush hour na.
Okay.
Totoo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Miss Hazel. Ayan na, Miss Hazel.
Hello. Ayan. Ayan. Ayun. So, dito na tayo sa part na magkakaroon tayo ng konting practice ng mga pinagsasabi ko kanina.
Wow.
Because it's important that your brain gets new behaviors, and I will help you learn about get these behaviors faster by actually applying it during this webinar. So,
Nice.
ayun. So, what are the ways to relax your mind and the body? Diba? Nagsabi tayo kanina, we can meditate or we can do deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, tsaka exercise. Ayun. So, before we delve into the meditation aspect of this, let's tell you about the benefits of meditation in your daily life. Now, you can become less reactive, allowing you more time to choose a more creative response if you have more control of yung brain activity mo. And then number 2, gratitude. You start to slow down and take notice of the beauty all around you because you have control over the situation or the way you respond to situations. Or your number 3, it can help you calm down so you can find your calm center at any moment so stressful situations don't affect you as much. Number 4, it helps with your concentration because you can find it easier to focus, making you more productive because you actually consciously help yourself choose how your brain will behave. Number 5, love. You see yourself in others, making it easier to love them. And number 6, you accept what is, trusting the universe that it has a plan for you. So again, the level of acceptance also of things that you cannot change also needs to be part of the psychological, mental, and cognitive skills that you need kasi not everything is in your control, but what is in control, what you have control over is how you're going to respond to certain situations. You can choose to respond in a way that is healthy and functional for your own being kasi kontrolado mo yung thoughts mo, yung feelings mo, and emotions mo, and meditation can help you get there as well. So, ayan, the benefits of meditation, meron siya mga physical, mental, and emotional benefits. If you can just course through it, quick, para makadiretso na tayo. Ayan. So, next, let's do a bit of meditation naman. All right. So, for this, guys, please allow me to help you meditate by giving you a structure of thoughts. If you can you please close your eyes and then we are going to let me help you by guiding you with my voice and where I'm going to take you in your mind palace. So I'm going to shut the video at this point, and now we are going to do some meditation as part of your cognitive behavioral therapy session today with me. And now, please follow my voice. All right. Now I would like for you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you first think of your intention why you're doing this. If your intention is to relieve the stresses in your head, then focus on that. If your intention is to remove the fear that you have, then focus on that. And if your intention is to feel more positive emotions, then focus on that. Now, I'm playing a meditation na music to help you get in touch with your mind a bit more, because music does help relax the brain. And now we're going to slowly put our attention to our breathing. Now, when you're stressed and when you're anxious or when you're depressed, again, your breathing changes. You forget to breathe and you forget to stay in the present moment. Now let's bring your attention to this present moment, to just be with yourself and to just be with your own being, and to just accept that today in this life you're with us and you're relaxing. So now that your mind is aware that you want to breathe, breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it can get a bit noisy in your head right now, but remember to just follow my voice and to just focus on this certain moment. Again, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now I would like for you to hold your tummy. Put a bit of pressure on your tummy as you do your inhaling and exhaling. Really squeeze and put energy into your diaphragm so you can deliver more oxygen into your brain. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And now that you're aware of the present moment, let me guide you further by giving you a couple of things to think about. The first thing that we'll think of together is how you're doing. So how are you? Just think about how you're feeling and just be honest and be transparent with yourself right now as you go in your mind palace. And don't be afraid of what your brain will say, and don't be afraid of what your being will say. Just ask yourself how you are. If it says that you're tired, then you know what to do. You need more sleep and you need to take care more of yourself. If it says that you're happy, then you're grateful. Be more grateful and increase those feelings of positivity. Keep inhaling and keep exhaling and follow my voice. Inhale and exhale. So now that you know how you are feeling, it's time to increase your feelings, thoughts, and emotions of positivity. Let me ask you by first giving you something to think about your life. What is your life vision? What do you want out of your life? Again, just be honest with yourself and just be transparent. Now, there are people that may be thinking about their goals and their strategies and their plans, and there may be people with us today that may be thinking about their personal relationships, or there may be people thinking about their physiological or biological needs as well, because maybe they lack sleep and they're tired, and maybe they just need to give themselves proper self-care. Just be honest with yourself and take note of what you're being said to you today. Just keep inhaling and keep exhaling. Now I want you to imagine images about how you want your life to be. Really get in tune with what you want and what you desire. And think about things that make you feel good about the vision that you're creating for yourself. You can say things like, I want financial stability. I see myself buying a house in a year or two. Or I see myself having better social skills and relationships, and I'm going to work on it. And just keep increasing this type of energy in your system. Inhale and exhale. And again, it might still be noisy, but just imagine that you are in control of your brain and follow my voice. Just keep following that thought where it will get you to the next level. Inhale and exhale. And lastly, I'm going to tell you some things that may help lessen the stress, the anxiety, or symptoms of depression that you're feeling right now, if you do have them. Just keep inhaling and exhaling, and don't forget to use the power of your diaphragm to give yourself more oxygen for more brain power. All right, let's begin. I am in control of my stresses. Repeat after me. If you want to repeat it and do self-talk out loud, you may. If you feel like just teaching your brain by just thinking about it, you may. Again, it's personalized. Whatever works best for you, just do it. I am in control of my stresses. I am in control of my stresses. Inhale and exhale. I am a being of power. I am a being of power. I am a being of power. Inhale and exhale. And if you have things that will pop up in your head right now that's saying that you are not, then shun them away and focus on collecting your own power and reclaiming your energy. I am a being of power. I am in control of my stresses. Inhale and exhale. And lastly, I am resilient. Repeat after me. I am resilient. Inhale and exhale. I am resilient. All right. Now, that was just a quick type of meditation that we did. And now we're going to open our eyes and come back. So for this, can you please show yourselves? And for those that are okay showing themselves in the camera, you may. And I just want to see your faces, or I just want to hear your voices and see how you feel. Who'd like to go first?
I feel great, Miss Hazel, after the meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my eyes very luminaw ang aking mga paningin.
Great.
At naka-relax po talaga ang aking isipan kasi alam ng asawa ko yan, si Sharon Magpante, asawa ko po yan. At plano ko po talaga pumunta dyan sa Quezon Avenue, kaya lang I'm not feeling well nga po.
Mm-hmm.
But talagang very timely po itong pagkakataon to, Miss Hazel. Maraming salamat po. At talagang ano po, naginawahan ako sa ginawa natin. Konti lang pinagawa mo sa amin, pero I feel great talaga ngayon. No? As in, para ako lalagdating kanina, ngayon hindi. Galing. Thank you, Miss Hazel. Ayan po yung naramdaman ko after ng meditation natin. Ewan ko lang sa iba. Doc Cecil, ikaw. Nakamute ka, Doc Cecil. Doc Mike, Doc Cecil,
I am in control of my stresses. I am resilient. I am, ano nga ba yung Miss Lynn, dalawa? Ha? Yun. Every day gagawin ko pala yan.
yes.
Okay, ako din. Actually, na-relax ako. Syempre, kanina medyo anxious ako, di ba? Kasi magpe-present ako. But now,
Introvert.
now, parang, okay, alright. I got my brain functions organized again. So, anyway, I'm going to continue. Di ba, nagsabi tayo up to 5. And if you're okay, is it fine if we can extend for 15 to 20 more minutes para I can answer some of your questions as well? For those that need to go, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm already very happy that I was able to share specific and very important parts of this presentation. But for those that would want to learn more and to want to keep going and to give more, to really release the stresses and to learn more about yourselves, then please stay with us for the next 15 to 20 minutes. And after that, dinner time for your physiological and biological things.
Thank you, Miss Hazel. Ayan. Basa-basa lang ako dito sa Zoom. Ang sabi ni Lelen Bulalakaw ay maraming salamat po. Sabi ni Sharon Magpantay, sa una po, ramdam ko yung bumigat mata ko. Parang gusto ko na matulog. Ha ha ha. Normal po ba yon? Ayan. Then, sabi ni Jennifer De Lima, I feel relaxed and great after meditation po. Maraming salamat po. Wow, grabe. Ay. Ayan. Mamaya na tong kay Sir Ryan yung question niya. Ayan, mamaya. Okay.
Ayun. So, I skipped a couple of things about yung parang lecture about the breathing. But, ito, pina-apply ko na agad sa inyo kanina yung breathing. So, yun nga, yung sabi sa science is that if you are in control of your breathing, you're more mindful and you're mindful of the way you breathe, then it's easier for you to stay in control of other things as well. So, by using breathing exercises, we send a signal to our brains. Ayun, so kanina, di ba, pinag-inhale ko kayo and pinag-exhale. And then, again, di ba, parang, oo nga, we tend to forget that when we're stressed, we have to breathe. Sometimes, it's just, biohacking or accessing your oxygen flow, ganyan, so you can get better brain functions or body functions. And after that, you did feel a bit more relief. I'm not sure with the others, but for those that commented, thank you for sharing your thoughts. So, ayan. Tapos kanina, di ba, we also practiced belly breathing, yung pinahawak ko kayo sa diaphragm nyo para mas lalo nyong ma-feel yung breathing nyo. Saka, ayun, yung kanina din, I'm not This one also, it's called progressive muscle relaxation. So maybe in the future, I can continue more stuff about explaining, but more about yung application ng techniques na inaral ko for you guys. But anyway, for the progressive muscle relaxation, the concept of this is for you to just like be aware of the tension in different portions of your body. So example, when you feel fear, it also will dictate the way your body behaves. So for those people that like are afraid, they tend to slouch like this, or they tend to like tense their muscles, or like when they're stressed, their shoulders come up, right? So when you see these behavioral signs and symptoms of your body, and when you're mindful of the way your body is moving, you can also reverse it in a way na parang, ay nako, o nga pala, kapag nakaganito, it will impair my breathing functions. Or maybe somewhere, for those people that have like, like at that certain point, they feel fearful of something, or they're stressed, then you can just relax your shoulders going down para masalo kang mag-open up yung chest mo, and you can focus on the breathing again. Again, stresses, they live in the head, right? But you live in the moment. So, but if you're aware that you live in the moment, then most likely you will forget portions of what stresses you. And when you're living in that present moment, then you can choose the response that your brain will have for the next few things na you want to discuss with yourself or with other people. So ayun, progressive muscle relaxation is you just have to keep in check kung aling parts ng body mo yung nag-tense up, and then you just like tell that portion of your body na, okay body, I am in control of my body. I'm going to release the stress on my hands. I'm going to release the stress that is built up on my feet, mga ganito, ganyan, ganyan, para mas psychologically also you're in control of what's going on. Ayan, so your brain loves the gym. So when you exercise, eto nga, yung norepinephrine is released, improving attention, perception, and motivation. Tapos, eto na guys, etong parts na to, ano din to, part din to ng what Zentab can help you with. Yung sinasabi natin na yung the hippocampus, a part of the brain concerned with learning and memory, grows in size with regular exercise over time. So I can teach you more about that in the future, or if you want to do consultations with me to learn more about the brain and how you can take control of it and the situations that you will apply your brain towards, then just let us know. Tapos ayun nga, endorphins are also released when you exercise during the sensation of pain. Diba? Kasi kung nasa stress ka, you also, meron din siyang biological symptoms such as like nag-i-increase yung pain mo. Kasi, again, yung mga symptoms na to, they're all signals na something is wrong. So, if you don't confront what's wrong, then it becomes cumulative. Kung nagko-accumulate na siya, it will get to a certain point na ang dami nang nag-accumulate na hindi mo na alam kung alin dun yung uunahin. So, hindi ka na makaka-develop ng action plan for yourself. Nagsama-sama na sila. And then, pag nagsama-sama na sila, magkakaroon ka na ng outburst again. So, it's important na, as much as possible, on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, meron kang stress reliever talaga para hindi ma-change yung activity ng brain mo. Or again, you can just, exercise. You can walk. Movement helps improve the hormonal functions. Kung hindi mo gagamitin yung katawan mo, hindi ka niya din papansinin. Magkaka-injury ka din at magkakaroon siya ng mga issues. Kasi your body needs to move, and your body is related to your brain. Your brain is the one controlling your body. So sometimes if you move your body, your brain also will get reoriented. So ayun. So ayun din, blood flow to the brain increases pag nag-exercise ka, delivering more oxygen and nutrients and improving waste removal. So, etong part na to, basically, dun sa Zentab, nag-i-increase yung, yung functions ng cells mo, because yung mga specific na mga ingredients that we will later discuss about Zentab are actually supporting different parts of your hormonal cycle, and how your brain will dictate yung nutritional cycle also ng katawan mo. And then, ayan. Okay, tapos na ito sa let's take an 8-minute break. But for this one, let's talk first about your questions. Kahit tatlo lang. Tapos we move on.
Okay po, Miss Hazel, ito po yung backread lang po ako. Siyempre, unahin natin yung una nagtanong para hindi magtampo. Okay, from Sharon Magpantay. Asawa ko po yan, Miss Hazel. Usually po kasi sa mga working parents, then naging unemployed sila, hindi maaalis mag-self-pity o maging sensitive sa mga nasasabi sa kanya. Ano po ang best way to cope sa nararamdaman nila? Mahirap kasi na you don't have your own money, parang you always feel guilty kung magde-dress up or magso-socialize. Ano po best na pwedeng i-advise sa ganitong cases po?
So, kung halimbawa the parent is unemployed and then ang concern is financial stability and also yung relationships na she's a mother, tama ba?
Yes, mother of 4.
And mother of 4. Well, ganito kasi, if you're not able to take care of yourself and if you feel guilty about taking care of yourself, then your frustrations will compound. And that frustration, matatransfer mo yung energy na yun sa social relationships mo. So if you actually just, like explain to your family members what's going on with you, then they will have no choice but to understand your situation, because hindi naman dapat lahat ng responsibilities sa'yo lang eh. Pwede naman kayong mag-share ng responsibilities. So maybe you can ask yourself first, like, what are some of the things that I think can be automated in the family unit, Like, what are some of the things na pwedeng gawin ng iba para sa akin para makapagpahinga ako? Kasi again, if pagod na yung katawan mo kasi ikaw palagi gumagalaw sa loob ng bahay, then yung wala ka ding enough energy para pangbawi ng kumbaga, kung pagod ka na, mahirap magsabi sa utak mo na parang relax ka, or mahirap magsabi na positive ka kasi pagod ka eh. Kung pagod ka, sasabihin talaga ng katawan mo na may mali. Ang gugustuhin talaga ng katawan mo is magpahinga. So you have to see kung alin doon yung pwedeng i-delegate sa iba. Para makapag-isip ka lalo ng mas maganda. Now, the financial stability, that will come in the future kapag nabawasan mo na din yung stressors mo. Kasi ang hirap gumawa ng plano na you will stick to kung ikaw mismo punong-puno ka ng stress. Tapos, pag nag-process ka ng information, dahil stressed ka, you will come to a limit again. You're going to but again, this is case to case ha. There are people na talagang sisingilin ulit sila ng stressors nila the week after, the second week after, ganito, ganyan. So, I would say na if there are ways for you to first feel good about yourself, then why not, right? Kasi yung buhay mo din naman, it belongs to you eh. It belongs to you first. So, as again, meron silang mga sinasabi na, 'di ba, sa airplane, kung before ka maglagay ng oxygen mask sa anak mo, lagyan mo muna yung sarili mo ng oxygen mask. Kasi ang sustainability ng anak mo is bababa din kung ikaw mismo as a parent wala ka sa buhay niya. So, yung safety mo din ay importante. Yung pag-aalaga mo din sa sarili mo will also just, multiply positivity in your family unit or in your social relationships. Kasi kung hindi, yung thoughts mo din sasabihin mo din stress ka ganito ganyan ganyan. So maybe if you are guilty, remove that feelings of guilt na 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 kumbaga you're gonna take time for yourself, because again, kung magko-communicate ka lang properly with the people in your social relationships, then there should be no issue. Because anyway, everyone needs good communication skills anyway. Everyone needs to work together in order to attain a goal, right? Is if you don't communicate properly, then you never know if what he or she is thinking is the same thing as you're thinking. You don't live in each other's heads. You need proper communication. So don't feel guilty that you're also going to take time for yourself. Because if you do take time for yourself as well, then most likely you're gonna have better predisposition in life. If you have better predisposition in life, then you are going to be a good role model for the people that you surround yourself with. Because again, ang hirap maging parent, ang hirap magturo verbally lang. Children and people, they absorb information more sensory wise. Yung nakikita nila, yung na-experience nila, dun sila mas yung behaviors ng mga tao na nakikita nila nagsistick sa utak nila. So if you're behaving in a way that you are a good example of how to take care of yourself, then most likely your children will also one day take care of themselves properly. So again, the money will come when you actually have a good mindset. Money is difficult to come in if you have a bad mindset, kasi hindi yun yung major priority ng utak mo. Yung priority agad na sasabihin ng utak mo is yung emotions mo. So then confront your emotions. Don't be afraid of them. They're there for a reason. They're there to tell you what you need to attend to. They're not bad. They're alarm systems. But you do need a lot of psychological, mental, and cognitive tools to understand what they are for. Or else you will have feelings of guilt and all this and all that. So did that help?
Sharon, is that help? Ayan. Ayan, si Sharon. Ayan. Baka pwede ka mag-unmute.
Apo. Thank you po.
Ayun lang. Okay, our next question is from Sir Ryan. Is it correct to say that a person who experiences anxiety or depression cannot treat themselves, and that treatment may mainly come from external sources like friends, family, etc.?
Okay. So, again, we are social beings. We need each other. There are things that you can do for yourself, but there are also things that you have to accept that you need help with, But again, iba-iba kasi tayo ng personalities eh. So, ang importante na maintindihan natin is kung ano yung kaya mong gawin para sa sarili mo, gawin mo na. Huwag mo nang ibato sa iba. Pero kung example, kung sobrang stress mo talaga, tsaka again, stress, anxiety, depression, there's a hormonal aspect, right? There's a brain aspect. That's where you ask help na. Kasi again, ang hirap kontrahin ng hormones kung hindi mo siya naiintindihan. You need experts to tell you, okay, yung lifestyle mo kasi kulang ka sa tulog eh. So, kailangan i-increase mo yung tulog mo. As an occupational therapist, that's what we do. We give you a plan on how you're going to balance your life so your quality of life increases. Pero again, you have to accept na you also need help. Huwag mo ding solohin lahat. Kasi hindi mo talaga kaya lahat. Kaya nga tayo tawag ano people, human beings, because we we again, people need socialization eh. So if hindi mo wala ka ding outlet, then it's very difficult to understand what's going on in your head. Sometimes, 'di ba yung mga friends parang nagse-share ka with them kung ano yung nangyayari sa'yo, because it's like, one, you get support from your friends, and that gives you psychological safety also, and it's important that you feel that psychological safety. um and if your friends also are okay and willing to listen to you, so then you can use that as an outlet also to understand what's going on in your head, because until you speak about it, then you wouldn't really know what's going on inside. Or you can even write about it so you can keep track and read the quality of your thoughts. I'm like, oh my goodness, pag nagsulat ka maybe today or tomorrow, tapos parang, I'm sad, I'm ganito, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I'm ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Then you come back to it a year from now, nung inayos mo na siya, you'd be so surprised. O kaya naman, it can be every year, ganun pa din yung sinusulat mo, di ba? So then you can keep track of what your thoughts are, and how you're going to, how you're going to take control of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So, um, everyone, they have their own coping strategies, but it always helps to increase the coping strategies, to improve, to get more coping strategies, kasi walang band-aid, walang isa. You're a human being with interconnected dimensions of wellness. So, kung halimbawa, your spirituality, or if you think na you go to church and you pray there and it helps you feel better, then you go do that. If you think that you need, if financial stability is something that you need to work on to help you feel more, psychological safety, then you find ways to learn more, because again, it's about learning what you can offer for other people, para they say yes to you, to your business. But if you don't have anything to offer, then definitely you need to learn more so that your business thrives. Kasi if you don't understand what you're selling also, and you don't understand what the business exists for, then no one will buy in your shop anyway. So the more that you understand what you need to sell, and the more that you understand what you need to put out there, the better the outcome will be. Understanding, learning, and being progressive.
All right. Thank you, Miss Hazel. Okay, kaya pa ba sagot?
Kayo, bahala kayo.
Meron dito, parang related dun sa second questions ni Sir Ryan.
Mhm.
Why there are so people feel lonely even with someone? Is this depression or anxiety? How can people on his side can help him, her?
Okay. So, why do people feel lonely even if they're surrounded by other people? That has something to do with the psyche, your belief system, and your values. Because maybe before, when you were a child and you experienced something uh, uh, that threatened your psychological safety, probably you have faulty family relationships, or you got bullied, or there was an event that like changed the way you think, or there were people that were mean to you and that got stuck in your head, because again, the you are meant to survive, right? So when you heard that about something about you, or that threaten your psychological safety, it stays here and it becomes trauma. And then that trauma will be the one that will dictate also how you're going to view the world. So if you feel lonely, even if you're surrounded by other people, then you can work on your social skills, because maybe you feel lonely because you don't talk enough to other people, so you feel disconnected. You may feel lonely also because you may have feelings of emotional disconnect with yourself. Maybe there are things that you haven't confronted yet with yourself that you need to confront so you can keep your emotions in check. And if your emotions are in check, then when you socialize with other people, then you feel more connected to them, because you because you feel lonely, because there you feel threatened, you don't want to open up, right? That's the psyche of it. Why don't you want to open up? Because probably somewhere in your life, some in your timeline, there was an event that said it's not safe to socialize. It's not safe to socialize with people because they will judge me. It's not safe to socialize with people because they will always say something bad about me. And it's been going on in my life for several years. So maybe that's the truth about the world. Maybe the world is not a safe place. But yes,
I think ang question niya is, bakit he still feels sad, or some people, hindi siya, feel sad even may partner siya?
because yun nga, there is emotional disconnect. Now again, if ganun nakatagal, how long is the sadness? If it's more than 6 months or if it's more than 2 months, then you go get yourself checked, because again, there's a hormonal imbalance there already. Why are you
Kasi, di ba, pag may partner ka, you just presume na I'm happy with this person. That's why, alam mo yun, di ba? Masaya ako kasama to, kaya nga kasyota ko siya eh. Kaya nga asawa ko siya eh. Pero bakit ganun? Ang tagal, parang hindi ako masaya kasama tong taong to. Yun.
Baka
Emotional.
kasi yung quality of relationship also nila needs some work. Diba? But that person is you have to discuss it with your partner also. You have to open up with your partner na, you know what, I'm really grateful that you are part of my life, but this is what I'm experiencing. Parang I feel sad. Do you think I need help? Or is there something that we can improve with the way we live our lives together?
May tanong si Ma'am Sharon. Di ba sabi mo, Miss Hazel, yung hormonal imbalance na yun, if it's more than 6 months, di ba? Yung daw bang stress tab may value sa sa adjustment ng hormonal imbalance, tingin mo?
Okay. So eto na, mag-share na ako konti doon sa doon sa yung sa Zentab na regarding doon
Ano ba
sa
sinabi ko stress tab? Zentab. Hirap talaga na 62.
Yan tayo eh.
Stress, hindi mo naman napansin.
Oo, ngayon ko lang napansin.
Sabi ni Miss Hazel, mag-share natin ko sa Zentab. Sabi ko, ano ba sinabi ko stress tab?
Yan na.
Yun.
Right. Okay. So eto. So 'di ba, dun sa kay Zentab, meron tayong 5 ingredients na major. We have the casein hydroxylates, the gamma oryzanol, rice germ extract, magnesium citrate, and sesame extract. So, eto, si Zentab casein hydroxylates, it's been shown in science that it reduces anxiety and calms the emotion. So, the casein is actually a main proteinaceous component of milk. So, kaya ang daming interest and applications in food, in drug and cosmetic industries because of its ability to help reduce anxiety and calms the emotions as well. Now, I'm going to show you also a couple of parang studies para lang mas maliwanagan kayo. Ito nakikita niyo ba yung screen ko? Dito sa Okay, so dito sa nature.com, meron silang research about efficacy of casein hydroxylate on stress-related symptoms in women. Inopen ko talaga to kasi since every month until menopause, yung babae undergoes hormonal changes, then definitely there are things na related to hormonal production na hindi kontrolado ng psyche mo or ng utak mo, right? You kind of are just a victim of hormones. So kung hindi okay yung hormonal production mo, then yung mood mo mag-change, magkakaroon ka ng PMS or ganito ganyan. So basically what it said, they studied 63 female volunteers suffering at least one disorder that may be related to stress such as anxiety, sleep, and general fatigue. So yung ginawa nila sa research study was that they dosed the person, these people with 150 milligrams per day for 30 days. Tapos, so what they did is para sure 30 days na wala. Then after 30 days, they put the casein hydroxylates in the system of the body. And the results was the 30-day treatment given with the casein hydroxylate in females with stress-related symptoms reduced their symptoms, particularly indigestion, cardiovascular, intellectual, emotional, and social problems. So the conclusion is that it decreased the stress-related symptoms in females, suggesting that this product may be used as an effective functional ingredient, elevating
Vita
symptoms.
Zentab
That's
yan.
the science behind it for women. There's also this one. Another one, a double-blind randomized placebo control. So I always go here to NCBI. Basta every day nagre-research ako kasi mahilig lang talaga ako mag-aral, guys. So parang kaya okay lang din ako na nag-speak up about Zentab kasi nga, syempre, ni-research ko na yung ingredients noon. And sa research talaga, it's there. It has an effect. So dito naman, sa study na to, they studied yung effect nito sa sleep profile ng mga people, ng mga Koreans with poor sleep quality. So they performed this trial with 48 people, and they found out that what is this? Overall perceived sleep profiles in sleep diaries were significantly improved during the application of the casein hydroxylate. Tapos, eto pa. So, nag-increase yung total sleep time nila and sleep efficiency as well as nag-decrease din yung pangit na sleep nila and wake after sleep. Diba? Kasi there are people na sobrang stress, ginigising sila ng panaginip nila. So, dahil mas na-regulate yung ng casein hydroxylate, yung nila, mas naging okay yung sleep behaviors din nila. So, ayun. So, anyway, etong part na to, it's called nutrigenomics, guys. Yung mga research about the per ingredient ni Zentab actually falls under the science called nutrigenomics. So, si nutrigenomics, what it means, or it's also known as nutritional genomics. It's broadly defined as the relationship between nutrients, diet, and gene expression. So basically, dahil yung katawan mo, siya yung nag-aabsorb, pag kumakain siya, yung nutrients that you get from food, from water, from anything that you introduce, any substance that you use, your body uses, it has an effect also, of course, on how you will express your genes, right? So kung lagi kang kumakain ng processed food dahil wala masyadong nutrients, then bababa din also yung brain production mo. So yung mga dun sa mga Zentab na ingredients, it has a certain role that research already has proven, such as this one, gamma oryzanol. It improves nervousness and depression. So dito, major depressive disorder or MDD is a serious health condition, right? That is associated with yung brain activity ng different areas ng brain mo. As the active compound of rice bran oil, the oryzanol has been reported as having antioxidant, anti-inflammation, and neuroprotective or brain protective effects which protect the neurotransmitter deficits. What it means is that this gamma oryzanol, it's an active compound na nababawasan yung oxidative stress ng katawan mo, or yung sinasabi nila, yung mga taong nag-glutathione, 'di ba? Sabi nila parang nakaka-increase din yun ng parang health mo kasi nga nababawasan yung inflammation sa katawan mo. Kung ang inflammation sa katawan ng tao are related to actually more than 200 diseases in the world. kung mataas ang inflammatory response or stress response ng katawan mo, your body can go in different directions. It can get injured. It can display mood disorders. It can display anything that can go wrong with it. So, ang kaya importante na meron kay naiintindihan niyo yung nutrigenomics part ng buhay niyo. Kasi again, kung kulang sa nutrients yung brain mo, di kulang din yung production ng hormones mo that can get you the right energy system production para maging okay yung energy system mo so you can tackle and be sustainable with your life. So, and then we also have the rice germ extract. So research says that it actually helps achieve relaxation. The magnesium citrate naman, it helps enhance the sleep quality as well. And then the last one is the sesame extract, which helps alleviate fatigue and improves sleep quality. So there's actually a lot of research about sesame extract, about magnesium citrate, about rice germ extract, and about gamma oryzanol, and as well as this one, the major one, the casein hydroxylates, that immediately has an effect on how your tissues are are parang receive nutrients. So was I able to explain several aspects of Zentab and its ingredients in a way that was digestible sa utak nyo? Yes, no? Please let me know.
Actually, yes po. Ito nga si Sharon, sabi niya, how many Zentab per day is advisable and best time to take for day shift or night shift worker?
Well, because Zentab is also, 'di ba? It is actually not like parang clinical drug, right? It's like a synergizer, a gene synergizer. It helps support the way you express your genes. And it helps prevent like inflammation in the body. So, kung madami kang stress, per person different body functions. So may tao na mas madaming inflammation kasi hindi nag-e-exercise. May tao na mas mabilis ma-trigger sa emotions, nag-i-increase yung inflammation. So per person, different units. Parang may ganitong level, may ganitong level. Kailangan mong aralin yung cycle ng hormones mo and hormonal production mo. Kung kailangan mo din aralin kung meron kang pain dysfunctions kasi yung pain din is also a good symptom na check. Kung madaming pain dysfunctions, madami kang inflammation. Kung madaming inflammation, the more that you take the Zentab para mabawasan yung inflammatory response mo. And then your mind gets clearer, your brain tissues will get more nutrients, the less expression ng mga diseases related to inflammation. And again, inflammation is related to more than 200 diseases in the world. It can go attack your body, it can go attack your brain, it can develop into dementia, Alzheimer's disease, it can develop into mental health disorders because of bad hormonal or like mood changes, and it's interconnected. So your body, wherever it is weakest, it will go there, and whatever it is that your namana mong genes, most likely it will express itself also in your lifetime. So, yung Zentab na yon, yung mga ingredients na yon, it helps na i-suppress yung mga risks ng genes mo na namana mo sa family mo. O kaya naman, dahil dahil sobrang stress ka, mag-change yung gene expression mo. So, pag nag-change yung gene expression mo, mas lalong lalabas agad yung mga sakit-sakit. So, the Zentab, just take it. Meron namang nakalagay sa di ba? Sa likod, ano yung recommended. Oo. But again, because it's not a clinical drug na ginagamit for medical conditions, then the primary function is to increase your protection against inflammation and to increase yung protection ng genes mo. So just take it. Ikaw bala. Ako, nagsusupplements ako. Sometimes if I feel more tired, then I take more supplements. On the same day. Yes. Kasi nga alam ko na pag kulang sa different parts ng ingredients, yung brain ko ano siya, parang mamamatay siya, magsha-shutdown siya. So lagi ko siyang parang, okay, nutrition, tulog. Yun.
Siguro sir ano yung call center agent kasi umaga yung ano nila di ba? Umaga yung tulog nila so they can take it in the morning. Number 2, ang positioning ng Zentab, hindi stress tab. Positioning ng Zentab, take anywhere, di ba? Kaya so anywhere, anytime. So yun ang kasi nga sometimes di ba ma'am Miss Hazel magkakaroon kang panic attack ang Zentab meron siyang pampakalma, meron siyang it stimulates the production of GABA. Yung GABA yung nagpapakalm na sa ating katawan. Although hindi rin magandang masyadong maraming GABA, baka mamaya tulog ka naman. So pag during the day. But so when you feel agitated during the day for whatever reason at any time of the day, pwede kang mag-chew ng Zentab. Pangatlo, kaya di ba chewable yun, Sir Troy?
Yes, chewable.
Yung chewing effect, nagkakaroon ng calming effect eh. Diba? The act of chewing itself causes a calming effect on the patient or the individual. So nakakadagdag that it is chewable at hindi iniinom. Kasi pag iniinom, may semblance of addicting, diba? Drugs. But ito being food supplement, chinichew lang siya. Yun. Okay. Meron pa, Sir Troy?
Okay, eto, ewan ko kung nabasa ko na ba ito. Hormonal imbalance po ba matutulungan ng Zentab? Kasi usually sa mga babae, di ba, pag malapit na po mag-menstrual, nagiging masungit?
Yes.
Actually, di ba Sir Troy, ang irritability, kasi, so dapat dyan, kung hormones sa pinag-usapan, karika.
Karika. Ang dami namin karika dito.
Karika papaya. Marami kasi sila Miss Hazel na product line eh.
I see.
Okay. Ayun, at mukhang naubos na. Ewan ko lang dito sa, pagbigyan natin itong Miss Hazel sa Facebook Live. Oo, baka kasi magtampo sila. Pag hindi natin nasa. Uy, sabi ni Sherwin Sumaya, sabi niya, maganda ito, araw-arawin ang breathing exercise. Thank you, Dr. Hazel, sabi niya. It really helps, sana maulit muli, sabi niya. Ayan. Then, medyo scientific kasi, yes, sabi niya. Ayan. Thank you so much, so relaxing. I'm in control of my stresses, sabi ni Mercy Medina. Ako din eh. Thank you po, Doc Hazel, sabi ni Ma'am Lucille Balyaser. From Amor, thank you po, I'm relaxed. Di ba? Sabi ni Sir Sumaya, relaxing. Ayan. On the spot, Dr. Hazel from Jocelyn Franco. So relaxing. Super thank you po from Jocelyn Franco. Ayan. Wow, releasing and refreshing. Sabi ni Sherwin Sumaya. And then sabi ni Bong Ekson, ewan ko kung nabibiro to, sabi niya, power of mindset lang. Talaga yan. Over emotional. Hehehehehe. Mindset ba? Mindset. Ayan. Ayan, yun po yung nasa, wala naman po silang katanungan sa Facebook Live. Miss Hazel, Doc Cecil, any further, pa po?
Miss Hazel muna. Last words.
Ayun. So, key takeaway, guys, I know na ang dami kong sinabing mga terminologies kasi
Nahirapan.
geek talaga ako. Pero, ang importante na malaman nyo ay kung naiintindihan mo na ang pagiging tao ay composed of yung una, katawan.
Grabe, magiging tao talaga.
Kailangan mo intindihin yung components ng pagiging ng human being mo. And that also includes yun nga si nutrigenomics na kung matulungan mo naman yung sarili mo na mag-isip ng mas clear dahil nagte-take ka ng proper nutrients and then yung sleep patterns mo are okay, then do that kasi that's the easiest thing that you can actually do. Tapos, yung stresses mo, yung anxiety mo and depression mo, may solusyon dyan. Kayang solusyonan yan. Pero maging open ka muna na solusyonan yun. Kasi kung hindi ka open to suggestion, then hindi ka ready na mag-change,
Correct.
'di ba? And lastly, yung mga tao din na mga constantly talagang parang nahihirapan mag-cope, find ways to keep learning about the science of depression and anxiety, and find people that can support you or change the way you live your life para mas magiba yung cycle ng thinking mo. And if you really, really need help, mental health is also important to keep in check, because uh, it's a serious condition, and it's depression, anxiety. It, it's it becomes clinical. So if you need help, you need medication, then do so, because the most important thing is you protect your dreams from as many risks as possible. Ayun.
Ayun, sana po daw meron part 2, Miss Hazel. Ayan, any last word, Doc Cecil?
Una-una, first, thank you, Miss Hazel, for enlightening the ating mga kapartner sa Chantal regarding the difference between anxiety and depression. Kasi knowing the symptoms, yung dagdag na kaalaman natin tungkol sa ang anxiety, ang depression, makakatulong para makapagbenta tayo ng Zentab. Kasi marirecognize natin yan pag may kausap tayo, di ba? Pag kausap natin, may ganito, may anxiety ka, alam mo, para wag lumalayan, maging depression at ikaw ay mag-suicide, mag-Zentab ka. So very important sa ating mga kasama sa Chantal na alam natin yung symptoms and signs ng anxiety at depression. Kaya naisip ko imbitahan si Miss Hazel. Kasi para alam natin when to offer, di ba? Para alam natin kung kailan maisisingit sa kwentuhan na mag-setup ka. Di ba? Yun. So again, Miss Hazel, thank you so much. Nag-effort yan, nag-research pa tungkol sa Zentab, hindi stress tab, Miss Sharon. Thank you so much.
Okay, sa lahat po mga nandito ngayon sa Zoom at naging dyan sa FB Live, please type 1 naman for Miss Hazel if you are very satisfied po sa kanyang presentation.
Dami. Ay, thank you. Inuulan ng 1.
Oo. Sabi nila,
sa Facebook, hindi natin nakikita.
Doc Cecil, sabi niya, Gcash to follow. Wow!
Sabi niya.
Kasi March 1 pa naman yung birthday ko. So, number 1. Thank you.
Actually, Miss Hazel, Doc Cecil, yung napag-usapan natin kanina for gift natin kay Miss Hazel, I already did na. Nasabi ko na po. Ayan!
Ano yun? Collagen?
Maraming salamat po.
Pagpapagyan natin siya ng Zentab. Okay, bye.
Opo. And in behalf of our beloved Chairman Lowell Magdadaro, at sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Chantal Direct Sales, once again, maraming salamat po, Doktora Cecil Katapang and Miss Hazel Calawod. Wow. Calawod. At sa lahat ng mga nandito sa Zoom at sa FB Live, my name is Engineer Troy Alang Cruz Magpantay at your service. Until next Thursday, same time, same channel. God bless po everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss Hazel. Thank you, Miss Dean. Bye-bye. Thank you.